Oklahoma City Blazers against the Tulsa Oilers. 9-8-2 on the year. Ray Edwards, interim coach of the Oklahoma City Blazers this weekend, has a win and a loss, taking over for Doug Sauter, whose mother unfortunately passed away this past week. Ray Edwards will coach New Mexico next year in the CHL. Butch Cable, head coach of the Tulsa Oilers, wore the lucky sport coat last night in the Ford Center. I see he's going away from it.
Yeah, Butch last year had great success in a black leather jacket.
But he's back with a regular coat today. Off the opening face-off, Flaminio dumps it in. Tim Earl bumps in the far corner with Dan Hodge. The Blazers flood in. Blazers dressed in maroon. The maroon pants and helmets. The Oilers in their cream-colored sweaters with the navy blue helmets and pants, as it's tipped ahead by Corey Deal out to center. Here comes Seabold down the wing. Graham Durrell right behind him. Backhander caught by Sebastian Santomo, the Quebec native. And now we got Justin Shadorek in a push and shove with Michael Young. Jason Goulet comes in and gives a face wash to Corey Deal.
And I'd say Deal gets his stick up a little bit. Now Young shoving with Shadorek a little bit more. They're talking things over. Well, that didn't take long, about 27 seconds to get tensions riled up a little bit. Michael Young, a little bit of a smile on his face as he's glad to be a part of this rivalry.
27 seconds in, no score. You see the Blazers bench. The teams mixed it up a little bit last night. Schulte and Goulet had a first period fight. Khalil Thomas and Drew Otten had a second period scrap, and Dahl and Standish mixed it up yesterday as well.
Same referee as last night, Tom Stearns.
Linesman Bo Wedlake and Scott Ferguson as the puck comes out to center. Tipped by Standish, who has 4 goals against Tulsa this year, toward the end boards. Ryan Johnston in to get it. Now toward Marty Standish. Dan Hodge runs him off. Taking it toward the front is Johnston. Hits the ice, and Plage Cable shoots it into the bench. Look out, Steve Enlow, the Oilers equipment manager over there.
Had everybody ducking. He had his brother Butch Cable, a head coach, ducking. Jim Dahl just jumping over the boards, ducking. You get a look at Steve Enlow, who's been in Tulsa, I think, as long as there's been ice.
Pretty much. He goes back to the old league, that's for sure. Steve is a fixture over there.
Indeed he is. He's been involved with the Oilers 13 of their 14 seasons.
Dahl and Prasovsky on the face-off. Dahl pulled it into the corner. Dahl and Mario Jolly will be our Oiler intermission guests at the second intermission. Marty Standish, Tyler Fleck, our first intermission guests. No score, just underway. Third meeting of the year between these teams. Mike Beausoleil with the puck. Sends it to the corner to Prasovsky, Oklahoma City's leading scorer. Flips up in the air. Jim Byers, Steve McCall with you. Glad you joined us this afternoon. Chesky batted it out of the air. Fleck lost a stick. Here comes Henry Kuster. 2 goals last night. A nice play by Flaminio to deny the centering pass. Prasovsky starts it the other way. Crisscrosses with Beausoleil. Now he hands it to Flaminio. Gio Indeed for a save by Eamon. Penalty coming up. And the Oilers will be boxed.
A great rush by Flaminio. He broke up the 2-on-1 and then led the rush back up the other end of the ice. And you see him cutting in around the defense of Jolly, and he got hooked at, and that drew the penalty. So Flaminio stops the 2-on-1 rush, then creates the penalty, and Jolly goes off for hooking.
At 1:32, Mario Jolly goes to the box. The Blazers this year, nothing for 14 against Tulsa on the power play in 2 meetings between these clubs. The Blazers 6th overall in power play efficiency at 18.1. The Oilers 3rd on the penalty kill at 86.2. And here's a chance for Plage Cable. Down the wing, it rolls off the stick as he was stood up there by Joe Dustin. It's fed around to Khalil Thomas, who sends it ahead to Jared Dumba. Dumba with a left wing feed to Standish. Bounces off the stick and rolls on net. And Eamon will freeze it.
You talk about these teams not having great success against each other in the power play departments, and part of that is because of the goaltending. They always say that the goalies are your best penalty killers, and both these teams have excellent goaltenders, both Marco Eamon and Sebastian Santomo in the top 10 in goals against average.
And oddly, the 2 goaltenders with the exact goals against average coming in, 2.98. Sean Connors backing up Santomo today. The Oilers going with an emergency-type goaltender. It's cleared up the wing in the absence of Chris King. Puck out at center, Jared Dumba with it. The Blazers go offside. Standish can't play the puck, so Michael Young will. Over to Dan Hodge, son of former NHLer Ken Hodge. Near side to Chicago. He had a couple of goals in a big game last night in the Oilers' 7-3 win, aided by 2 late empty net goals. How about Ray Edwards pulling the goalie last night with 2:27 left, down by 2.
And then leaving him out when they were down by 3. And not all that unusual to pull a goal down by 2.
And they re-pulled Connors again. Power play for 50 more seconds. The Blazers have yet to get sustained pressure in the Tulsa end during this power play chance. Puck kept in. Johnston centers it. Standish to Dustin. The shot hit Johnston in front, and then with Standish poking away, Marco Eamon throws the rebound.
Well, Marco's really been pretty good for Tulsa in terms of controlling rebounds throughout the course of the season. I mentioned he's in his 5th straight game, which is the most consecutive starts for an Oiler goaltender for the first dozen games or so. They were on a strict rotation basis. Then Marco had to miss some games on a family emergency, and now with Chris King injured, Eamon's in his 5th straight start.
He's won 3 of his last 4, one of those in overtime. Power play for 29 more seconds, no score. Sofsky sent it deep, dumped back out by Hodge. Fleck and Flaminio with points on this power play, and that's Flaminio. He gave it to Chicago, sent it the other way.
Sounds like an old vaudeville act, Fleck and Flaminio.
We still haven't seen Deal and Dahl, Durrell and Earl out there all at the same time together either. That happened once yesterday. Here comes Flaminio, written out by Chicago. You hear Santomo's tapping stick. That means Jolly is out of the box. Long pass for Young, tipped away by Fleck. Jolly to Michael Young. Corey Deal toward the front. Picked up instead by Krasovsky. Sends it up the high glass, not out. Chicago tries to bump it deep. Chicago, tied by Flaminio. Well, the Blazers this season, nothing for 15 in 2+ games against Tulsa on the power play. Each team with a win in the Oklahoma Ford Turnpike Series. This is Chicago, acquired early in the year from Lubbock. Pass tipped by Prasovsky. He's got Durrell breaking. He didn't get it to him. He gets it to Beausoleil instead. Actually, that was Lukacic breaking. Beausoleil circles the net. Lukacic goes to the front. Beausoleil sends it out high to big Jason Goulet. A shot caught by Eamon that he holds on.
Good job there by Marco Eamon getting down low where he could pick up that shot coming off the stick of Jason Goulet.
Butch Cable, for the benefit of our Oklahoma City fans who might have been at the game last night, was a player assistant for a couple of years with Ray Edwards in Huntington, West Virginia, and they were teammates in Dayton as well, the ECHL.
Ray Edwards also was had Tracy Eglin of Rio Grande Valley on that same team. They were both his player assistants. I referred to him as the godfather among CHL coaches.
And yet Ray, I know, is younger than Butch, and he might be younger than Eglin. I'm not sure how they go there. Edwards was a head coach in the ECHL very young, at about 28 years of age. Jermaine pursues it behind the net. So far the shots 3-0 Blazers. Santomo caught that one high one that was not a shot on goal. That's the only time he's touched the puck, and that was early on. Nearly 5 minutes in, no score. Graham Durrell sends it down and around. Eamon will not be able to play it. Todd Paul will. Up the boards for Clage Cable, the coach's brother. Play intercepted by Khalil Thomas. Now ahead to Justin Shadorek. The Blazers handling it in their own end. Joe Dustin up the wing with a pass to Durrell on the near side. Durrell with the dump in and goes off on a change, and Paul roughs up Shadorek on the end boards. Standish in to pick it up for the Blazers. Teams at even strength. There's been one penalty in the game to Tulsa's Mario Jolly, a minor for hooking. That was killed off. Standish frees it for Dumba far corner. Penalty coming up here against the Oilers. Cable picks it up. Shadorek is dumped by Paul on the end boards. And referee Tom Stearns, who worked the game last night as well, has a slashing call in his sights.
And it's going to be Todd Paul heading off for Tulsa. He's a second-year player, second-year pro, I should say. And Paul has really come into his own this season. And when the Oilers have struggled, it has been when he has missed games. And Butch Cable says that's not coincidental. So Todd Paul goes off for slashing at 5:38.
The Blazers on their second power play of the game. It's dumped out through center. Blazers will start it back. Dumba brings it in, gains the line, hands it to Marty Standish. Dumba and Standish, longtime line mates in their first stints with the Blazers and early in this decade. Now it's freed and dumped up ice by Jim Dahl to Henry Kuster. The Oilers will change players. Ryan Johnston will come off for Oklahoma City to be replaced by Mike Beausoleil. Beausoleil tips it in deep. Chicago right behind. Beausoleil up the boards with it. To Khalil Thomas. Pass to Dumba in front, tipped away by Hodge. Thomas feeds Dustin to the left point. This shot was blocked. Now Dumba tried to wheel it in front. Chicago gloves it out high. Shot by Beausoleil, tipped to the near side. Standish will pick it up. He fires one. Dustin tips it out of play, and they're going to take the face-off outside.
It'll also let him get a chance to pick up a stick that's in behind the net, wedged underneath the boards.
Some of this work by Standish, he just decides to fire it. You know, Doug Sauter always calls this place a shooter's rink, I guess because it's short, narrow.
Right, there's always a good shooting angle.
Yeah. Marty figures, fire it. Shot on goal, never a bad play.
If it feels like leather, shoot it.
Exactly.
Feels like frozen rubber, shoot it.
Minute into the penalty to Todd Paul, no score. Love the sound of the skates on the ice.
Great job by our Cox crew to pick that up for you.
You get every skate blade on the ice heard tonight with the ice level mics. Flaminio pass across the wing and Fleck. Collision on the far boards with Siebold. Rolls toward the net. Eamon will clear it, but not out. Sent down the wing to Mario Canelli, the rookie winger. In the corner to Krasovsky, who was on an 8-game point streak. Krasovsky with 11 points in his last 8 games. Krasovsky cycles it with Beausoleil. Beausoleil into the slot, knocked off the stick by Bright Cruz. Fleck a shot blocked out to center by Siebold, and the Blazers will have to backtrack 10 seconds on the power play. Flaminio plays the hard around, took a crazy hop off the board. Blazers will get there first. Canelli to Beausoleil to Flaminio, teams an even strength, and here comes Booster. Up ice pass to Paul, long range shot and a blocker save by Santomo. So Sebastian, nearly 8 minutes into the game, feels the puck for about the second time. Here comes Brasovsky, fires one off the shin pads of Dan Hodge. Now rolls to the goal mouth, and Eamon freezes it.
Good job of forechecking there by Justin Chodoruk, and the Oilers do another good job on killing the penalty. And it's now 16 and counting straight penalty kills for Tulsa over the Oklahoma City Blazers.
You know, it's weird how things go. The Blazers just finished the season series with Fort Worth on Friday, killing off the last 30 Fort Worth advantages head-to-head against the two teams. Now, here comes Dahl down the wing. The rookie fires one, missed the glove side. Dahl, the leading goal scorer among rookies to this point in the league in the CHL.
Second in scoring next to Dominic Levi of the Odessa Jackalopes. And it's a rookie who's leading the Oilers in scoring, which tells you a little bit of the problems that Tulsa was having, especially early in the season, in terms of scoring goals. This is a 20th game for the Oilers. They've played 19, and they've been shut out already 3 times. So they were struggling scoring goals early. This weekend has turned that around a little bit for Tulsa.
6 goals a couple of nights ago in a win against Wichita, and 7 with the help of 2 empty netters yesterday. No score first period. This is Chesky. Shot got through. Stick save made by Santomo. Chodoruk with the safe play. And a good play to clear it up ice in that case. Didn't have much body position on the boards. Just decided to dump it out. Now he's able to dump it back in. Hodge down to get it. Lukacic in pursuit. Hodge with a pass to center. Goulet gets it back. Over to Chicago. Hard pass to Chesky. Jermaine bothers him, and Tim Earl in to pick the puck up, and he gave it away to Chesky. High slot. Shot hit a leg. And here comes Chodoruk through center. Teammate of Darren Chicago earlier this year in Lubbock. The former Blazer and Oiler Chris Dashkin. There's a pass up the far wing out to center. Santomo great with the puck. Got an assist in the shutout win for the Manitoba Moose a few Saturdays ago. Here comes Dumba. Dumba couldn't get around Paul. Standish will tip it by him. Hardy to the end boards. battles with Todd Paul for the puck. Ryan Johnston a shot up over the net. Thomas pinches in front. Dumba, good shot to save. Dumba again. Score!
I don't know if Dumba's going to get credit for that. He took the shot, and I don't know if it came back off of a rebound, but it could be the second straight game that Jared Dumba gets the first goal of the game.
Standish was at the bottom of the pile. They seem to be congratulating Marty. If it is Dumba, he scored 6 minutes in last night. If it's Marty, it's his 9th of the year and his 5th against the Oilers. 9:43 the time. The Blazers take the lead.
They do give the goal to Standish. Johnson started it. Eamon couldn't cover it, and Standish gets credit for the goal after the backhand attempt by Dumba. And then it came right to the edge of the crease, and Standish did put it in.
So here's the announcement. Dumba.
And they also credit an assist to Khalil Thomas. They may change that to Johnson. Standish gets the goal.
He remains red hot against Tulsa. There's a pass to Dumba. The Blazers almost went offside, but Jolly able to take the puck away. Left wing feed for Seabold. Oklahoma City tallying the first goal. Johnston gets a run hard by Michael Young. When the Blazers score first this year, they've won 7 and lost 5.
One of those losses was last night.
Tulsa has not scored the first goal very much this year. Hey, Standish and Paul might have a go out there. Oilers this year 6-6-1 when they allow the first goal. So 13 out of 19 games. Up ice, the puck comes. We got a penalty coming up for holding. Are they going to get Todd Paul? Yes, they are. So 3 straight penalties to the Oilers here. 2 of them to Todd Paul in this period. Paul a hold at 10:25. Well, I think Standish did a good job of helping draw that penalty by kind of occupying Paul at the left point. Eventually, when the puck made its way out, the hold got in.
The Blazers go to the power play, their 3rd power play here in the first 10 minutes and 25 seconds.
Thomas feeds it across the way to Michael Beausoleil. Beausoleil with a lot of assists this year. Kind of a turnaround for him from last year when he scored 45 goals. Not that the goals won't come. Thomas has to wheel back. Steve used to work games in Memphis when Khalil was the center to look out for you to see him.
Catching that last night even, yeah, because I know even last year with the Blazers he was a good center iceman, and that caught my eye last night seeing him play defense.
Blazers haven't yet got the power play set up. 6-2, Oklahoma City has outshot the Oilers in the tilt so far. Anelli tips it into the zone. Chicago intercepts. And he dumps it up ice. Both these teams will be home next weekend. I'll tell you about that in a moment. As here comes Canelli with Ryan Johnston. Tried to force the pass in there. It was broken up. And Seabold clears it. Who do the Oilers have at home next weekend?
Memphis and Wichita visit the Tulsa Convention Center Friday and Saturday night.
And the Blazers have a Friday-Saturday set at home against first Wichita and then Memphis. So the teams will flip-flop trade off. Those games at the Ford Center in Oklahoma City coming up this Friday, Saturday after the Blazers take a 1-game trip to Colorado for a Wednesday game. Here comes Seabold with Jolly and Cable. Seabold to Jolly, and the deflection or the redirection went wide. Dumba ahead to Standish. Blazer power play 20 more seconds in front to Ryan Johnston. Cable denied the backhand chance. Dumba rimmed into the far boards by Jolly, but he kicks it to Fleck. Standish and Bright Cruz in a battle in front. There's a score! Ryan Johnston got the centering pass off the end boards, and it's 2-0.
Standish did a good job there, and he's had an outstanding period, and the Blazers, I'm sure for them, say finally break through. Fleck flips it in. It goes off the backboard. Standish a backhand pass to Johnson, wide open in front. This puts it just inside the goal post, and Johnson makes it 2-0 on the power play goal, his 7th goal of the season from Standish and Fleck at 12:17.
What a no-look pass from Standish. And Marty with a goal and an assist. And the Fleck out of play on the far side. Let's take our middle of the period break. 7:35 left opening period. The Blazers up 2. We'll be right back here in Tulsa on the Oklahoma Ford Turnpike Series.
Hi, Freebie here. Let's face it, with free check card, free introductory checks, and free online banking, IBC free checking is wildly popular. But if we let success go to our heads, oh no. As one of the worker bees here at the bank, I'm dedicated to making sure that IBC continues to do more for you. The way I see it, I've got to earn my wings every day.
Just keep it.
Thank you. Dr. Kessler? What's up with the pizzas?
Well, I just got my first satellite bill, and those extra fees were a bit of a shocker.
So I had to take a second job.
Hey, this was supposed to be pepperoni, Dillweed.
Hey, it's Dr. Dillweed to you.
Whatever.
Kids.
It's cool. I'm a people person.
Don't live in satellite denial. Get all your entertainment without the hidden charges from Cox, your friend in the digital age.
If a storm knocks down an OG&E power line, you know we'll be on our way to fix it.
So never touch a down power line or anything it's touching.
Like a tree, a fence, or a car.
A down power line doesn't have to spark or move to be deadly.
Deadly.
So stay away while we're on our way.
You, me, and OG&E. Let's stay safe together.
Lucky sevens, please.
You got it. Good luck.
Thanks.
This and 15 on pump 5, okay?
Yes, can I get your turn on pump 3, please?
Sure.
I won!
Give me 5 of those Lucky 7 game cards, too.
Play any one of the 4 scratch games from the Oklahoma Lottery. Lucky Sevens, Oklahoma Gusher, Rush to Cash, or the $25,000 jackpot.
Woohoo!
The Oklahoma Lottery. Put a little woohoo in your day.
We're back for live action, and don't forget, coming up at the end of the period is the Worry-Free Vacations Intermission Report with Marty Standish and Tyler Fleck. First intermission. There's Sebastian Santomo. Hasn't had to face much work yet. His Blazers have a 2-0 lead.
Oilers wish Marty Standish would be on a worry-free vacation right now with the goal and an assist in this period.
That's a good one, Steve. Jim Byers, Steve McCall with you here in Tulsa. Standish really gets up for these Tulsa games. But he doesn't get up for the others.
Of course, the Oilers have Drew Ott on their lineup, who was a teammate of his last year with Watson.
You're right. They talk about that, or Marty does on the intermission interview. Chesky had to go past him. Here comes Lukacic to center. Pass across the way to Graham Durrell. He fires one, and a blocker save by Marco Eman. Earl tries to work it off the end boards. One of a number of very productive rookies on this Blazer club. There's Flaminio, a big drive and a save made. And Eman stopped the rebound attempt by Tim Earl.
And that was another productive rookie, Gio Flaminio. We talked about him in our pregame show, and he just buried the head and blasted away there, taking the feed from Earl.
You know, you look at the rookie scores. Dahl second in points with 20. You got Canelli and Flaminio have 13 and 12 points. They're about in the top 10 in the league in rookie scoring, and then Tim Earl's in the top 20. So pretty productive young players. Battle with the penalty boxes empty, and the Blazers up 2-0. Corey Deal couldn't get it out of the zone, but now they do. Flaminio, Deal's boyhood friend, dumps it back in. You know, it's a small world in hockey. Former Oiler and Blazer Doug Piernack, a longtime friend of the family of Sean Germain.
Right.
Germain even spent Thanksgiving up here in Tulsa with the Piernacks. You got Butch Cable and Ray Edwards, the two coaches. We mentioned they go way back. You got Deal and Flaminio, and there might be other guys we don't even know about.
You and I go back about 8 years.
That's true. Through different franchises. Tipped out through center, 6 minutes left. Fleck pursues it, drives it up the boards, and they get it out to center. Here comes Garrett Brasovsky. Little flip to Flaminio. On the end boards by Paul. Paul misses missed that first game between these teams the day after Thanksgiving, and then, as you mentioned earlier, Steve, it was noticeable.
Yeah, he makes a big difference in the Oilers' ability to get the puck out of their own zone. And he really adds to the offense as well.
Wow, shots 10-2 Blazers. To this point, with 5.5 left in the opening period. Standish and Johnston with the Blazers' goal. Johnston's coming on the power play. The Blazers' first power play goal of the year against the Oilers. Dumba with the steal. The Kennels to center. Cable knocked it away. And Dustin dumps it. Cameron Bright-Cruz, just reacquired by the Oilers. He's been with the Blazers and Tulsa previously. Feeds it around the boards. Down low, Standish. Out high, Thomas fanned on the shot. And Cable will clear it. To Schulte. Has not gotten a lot of ice time that I've noticed yet today so far. Schulte's pass intercepted by Ryan Johnston. Johnston, nice headman feed to Standish with Dumba. Leaves it for Jared. And Eamon makes a nice stop. And Standish gets crushed by Jolly in the near corner. 4.5 left in the first. Dumped in by Dustin, whose parents are here. Dustin, like Jim Dahl from the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. Here comes Dahl. Dahl out of Minnetonka, Minnesota. And Dustin from the White Bear Lake area near St. Paul.
Jim Dahl's father was a bantam coach for Drew Ott.
Is that right? Dahl goes to get it on the far side. Goulet after him. Blazers up 2-0. Jermaine feeds it around the boards. Jolly pinches. Centering effort denied. Jolly and Goulet bump in the corner. And here comes Sean Jermaine, the Blazers rookie defenseman. Jermaine tried to get it back from Chodorek, delayed offside. Here come the Oilers. 3-on-1. Chesky to Dahl. And Santomo with a big save. Well, there's better guys if you're the Blazers to be bearing down on you than Chesky and Dahl as part of a 3-on-1.
By far the Oilers' best scoring chance.
Dominio rubbed out by the newcomer Yeager, who was not seen much of the last couple of games for Tulsa, even though he was in uniform. Shot by Brasovsky hit the outside of the net. Brasovsky to Chodorek, and he hit the outside of the net. Pretty good shooting chance. Canelli throws a hit on Young. Kuster bangs it to the middle, and Yeager with a pass out to center. Yaroslav Chesky dumps it in. Just under 3 minutes left, first period. Fleck hands it over to Brasovsky. Nice pass on the stick of Beausoleil. Tried to dance around Shakotko. Michael maintains the puck. And it's knocked out to center. Another Beausoleil name hanging in the rafters here. Former Oiler Luke Beausoleil's jersey retired in the rafters here. No relation to Mike. Shot by Seabold kicked away. Shakotko feeds it around. Now Cable in the corner. Out to Hodge with a shot. Score! 2-1 Blazers.
Dan Hodge let the shot go from the blue line. That happened last night to set up the first Tulsa goal. I don't think this one was deflected. Hodge gets credit for the goal from Young and Shakotko. They're just inside the blue line. Well, that may have been deflected on the way in by Deal. Hodge gets credit for it, but taking a look here, that looked like that could have perhaps been deflected in front by Corey Deal. But right now they credit Hodge with the goal. And that's the first goal of the game for the Oilers. And that means somebody in the crowd just won $50 at the Fox and Hound restaurant here in Tulsa if they've got the Dan Hodge tennis balls.
Here comes Ryan Johnston the other way. Shots 13-4 in favor of the Blazers, but here comes Cable again. 2-on-1, and Santomo with a big save.
Double check that assist. We were told that the assist was Michael Young. They announced Clage Cable.
So we will see. Cable just had a heck of a chance right there. So 2:02 left, a 2-1 Oklahoma City lead. And if it does hold up as Hodge's goal, then goals by defensemen have been big for the Oilers these last couple of nights. There's a shot to save on the point drive by Jolly. Earl tries to clear it and does. And this will be a waved off potential icing. Ball feeds Kuster, one of the Oiler vets. Back to Jolly. Pass to center. In the short neutral zone here. Earl with a nice feed to Lukacic. Lukacic sends it back across. And Jolly will send it to Paul on the end boards. Oilers trying to handle it in their own end. Finally, Kuster clears it to center. 17:39, the time of that goal. Big save by the left pad of Santomo. Minute 12 left. Both teams changing on the fly. Hodge tries to catch the Blazers in the change. Chesky tips it deep. Standish with a nice curl pass to center to Johnston. He almost got cleaned out by Deal. He had to step around the check. Now Dumba with it. Chance for the Blazers last minute. Dumba in deep to Standish. Score! What a setup.
A great pass from Dumba. There wasn't a lot of room to get that pass along the ice to Standish. He was running out of real estate, but he slid it right through the edge of the goal crease, and Standish right there just had to redirect it past Eamon. Now watch how deep Dumba takes this puck. He's inside the bottom of the circle and just at the top of the crease. Got it to Standish, who tips it home. And Marty Standish with a big first period, 2 goals and an assist. And watch Dumba, he'll fall down. Oops, that's okay, I just got an assist. We're up 3-1, I can smile.
We'll see if they add an assist to Ryan Johnston on that play as well for his efforts at center ice. But what a period for that line. 19:09 the goal, the time of it.
Standish's 10th of the season. He's had my career in this first period.
Penalty coming up here on the near boards against the Blazers. Hodge shoots a rolling puck. Santomo freezes it. And Stern saw something. It was a hold on the near boards on Oklahoma City.
That'll be the first power play chance for the Oilers in this game. Get a look at the Oiler team captain Dan Hodge, who has their goal that had him back to within 2-1.
Standish gets the game.
We talked about Standish scoring, and now he winds up in the penalty box for holding at 19:37.
Standish was 6 of his 10 goals this year against the Oilers.
No wonder he likes this Turnpike series.
Here's Cable, a drive. Saved by Santomo with Otten right in front. So a face-off with 9.7 left.
Cable just winding up and letting fly from the edge of the circle. Schulte trying to sneak in the back door.
Backside, yeah.
But Santomo, a good job, kept the puck in front of him. He knew where it was at all times.
Krasovsky will get tossed from the face-off. So Johnston and Clage Cable. This is a key face-off right here. The Oilers get it. Chance for a shot. Jolly, a pass blocked. Toward the net. Bounced over Cable's stick in the final second. Wow. Blazers penalty kill this year, tied for first in the league at 88.6. The Oiler power play 13th at 12.1. Well, that's period number 1. Stay with us here. We will be going down to the corner to speak with Ray Edwards as the Blazers with a 3-1 lead. Shots on goal in that period, 14 for Oklahoma City. No,
that's the face-offs were 14-6 in favor of the Oilers. We're getting the shots in a moment here. But the face-offs, Tulsa dominated that area, 14-6.
We'll get you the shots on goal here in a moment. The Blazers with a solid first period. 14-9, the Blazers outshot the Oilers in the first period, and it took a late rally by Tulsa to get up to those 9
it was,
shots.
10-2?
Yeah.
In favor of the Blazers is Ray Edwards making his way across the ice to our Cox TV camera locations.
Also, stay with us. We will have our interview with Marty Standish and Tyler Fleck coming up this intermission. Tell you what, the
picked a good guy to have on today, Standish, with that big period he had, 2 goals and an assist.
The first period has been a good one, and we'll ask Ray Edwards about it when he gets on with us. In his brief time as the Blazers interim coach, they outscored Fort Worth 4-1 on Friday in the first, outscored Tulsa last night 2-1, and they've outscored Tulsa 3-1 in the first period here. We're going to take a break rather than go to Ray right now. First intermission, Blazers up 3-1.
For the ultimate SUV, it's simple. You want the Ford Expedition. And now owning one couldn't be easier. Introducing the Keep It Simple plan. Simple, straightforward pricing. Your price for a 2006 Ford Expedition is only $28,882. Ford Expedition for just $28,882. You save $6,598. Pretty simple, huh? It's the Keep It Simple plan. Simply the best deals from your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Ford is the best in Oklahoma.
You need this one to get satellite HD. This one's your DVR. This one's for local channels. This one's...
What are we supposed to do with all this stuff?
Got you covered. Oh, by the way, that old satellite stuff makes a great end cable.
That doesn't look so bad, right, honey?
Don't live in satellite denial. Get the latest entertainment without the hassles. From Cox, your friend in the digital age.
Great living rooms start with a great sofa.
At Mathis Brothers, you could choose from many of today's top name brands at the lowest prices anywhere.
These sofas are in stock and ready for immediate pickup or delivery, meaning you can enjoy your new sofa now.
At Mathis Brothers, you don't have to wait for a sale. We beat everyone else's so-called sale prices every day of the year.
Come see your new sofa at Mathis Brothers, 3434 West Reno.
Mathis Brothers Furniture.
It's the best Explorer ever, and now it's the easiest way for you to get behind the wheel of one. Introducing the Keep It Simple plan with simple, straightforward pricing. Your price for the best-selling SUV around is just $25,471. That's a 2006 Ford Explorer for only $25,471. You save $4,599. Simply the best deal on Ford Explorer. The Keep It Simple plan from your Oklahoma Ford dealers.
Ford is the best in Oklahoma.
The first period intermission report is brought to you by the official airline of the Oklahoma Ford Turnpike Series. Worry-free vacations, home of incredible travel deals to Las Vegas and Mexico and other fun places. And we're joined back here in Tulsa at the Convention Center by a couple of Oklahoma City Blazers. Center Marty Standish on my right, and on the other side, defenseman and captain Tyler Fleck. Tyler, let's talk to you first. You're renowned for blocking shots, and you stopped one last night that had you just limping a little bit. A couple weeks ago in Wichita, you took one as well. I guess that's just part of the price you pay, huh?
Yeah, it's part of the game, you know, and especially on a penalty kill, you want to try and knock those wrist shots and get in the way as much as you possibly can. So it's just part of the game.
How do you judge when to go down and block a shot because you risk putting yourself out of position, and when to stay up, that sort of thing?
It's just it's kind of a split-second decision, and I think if you're in the right spot and you know where the net is behind you, and you know, if the guy's standing still shooting, I usually just drop to my knees and try and get right back up in the same spot so I'm not sliding out of the way. And a shot that's a little farther away, I just kind of lay out flat and take care of the bottom of the ice, and the goaltenders can get the stuff up high.
It's been interesting to watch you play the last couple nights. There's been a couple of situations where you got into a little bit of the rough stuff. Last night you were able to draw a Tulsa penalty. Guy took a shot at you when you were mixing it up in front of the bench. Night before against Fort Worth, there was a little scrum that you were able to sort of use your judgment on. Is that part of your veteran ability now? That situation you might have gotten a little mad a few years ago, now you can kind of see what happens out there?
Well, the Fort Worth situation there was kind of almost a line brawl there, and second altercation when there's already one fight going on, you get a game misconduct, and I already have 2 of those, so I'd be suspended if I would have got tossed again. So my hands were kind of tied there. And last night I was just trying to draw a penalty, that's all. And being in their face, we were already shorthanded, and you know, I had Marty come in there and stick up for me anyway, so it worked out.
Yeah, let's ask you about that, Marty. Tyler was over there engaged in front of the bench area, and he skated away, and then you jumped in there, and you were able to get away without an additional penalty, so it all worked out.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever really stick up for anyone, but me and that guy had been kind of going at it for the last 2 games anyway, so it was just an excuse for me to get in a fight.
Now, you had something going pretty good with Vladimir Hardinger Fort Worth a couple of nights ago too.
Yeah, I'm not real fond of him either. he always tries to make the big hits when you're coming up the middle, and you know, he'll try to take out your knees or try to take out your hips. So if I get a chance to beat him up, I'm going to do it.
Now, you had a hat trick against the Oilers a couple of weeks ago. You had another goal last night, and plus you were really as physical as I can recall you last night. It seems like maybe the Oklahoma City Tulsa games bring a little extra spunk out in you.
Yeah, well, these games in our own division, you know, are 4 points. So you always want to play really hard against teams in your own division. And I have had some success against Tulsa. I'm just going to try and keep it going tonight.
Now, you're back with the Blazers after spending last year with the Quad City Mallards. There's a guy on this Oiler team that you were teammates with last year.
Yeah, I played with Drew Otten last year, and me and him actually had it out a little bit last night. So, you know, he's a good friend of mine, but when he's on the other team, he's my enemy for that game anyway.
How do you like being back with Tyler and Jared Dumba and some of the guys you played with before with the Blazers?
It's just great to be back. You know, it's a pleasure to have this jersey on again, and I'm really enjoying it.
Now, Tyler, you being the captain and all, and one of the longer-standing guys, did you help Doug Sauter recruit in the offseason and bring in any of these former teammates?
He had me doing a little work on the side, just help, you know, talking to some guys here and there, and just seeing where their interest levels were, and you know, and just trying to bring in some new recruits.
Because for some of our viewers that might be out of the area, like for example in Tulsa, they might not realize you have a wife and a child now in Oklahoma City and have kind of made it your home.
Yeah, and Oklahoma City's been great to me, and you know, and my wife's from there, so it's been a good home for me, and I like it there.
We asked Khalil Thomas this last night if the fact that the Blazers have an interim coach this weekend in Ray Edwards, with the passing of Doug Sauter's mother, has made it any different for the veterans. He said not really. That Ray's been able to step in and run the team just fine without a lot of help. How about you as the captain? Have you found that to be the case?
Pretty much, but you always want to give it a little extra for Doug. You know, he's going through a harder time right now, and he's not here, and this is his ship, and he needs to have it looked after, and we need to do a job for him, and while he's gone, and get some wins for him.
You had a goal a couple of nights ago that was quite a goal to see. 15 seconds after the opening face-off on Friday night against Fort Worth, you went right to the front, and you were saying on the ice after the game that that's kind of a design play off the opening face-off.
It's basically a set play at the start of the game. You know, the starting lineup, and Marty gets the draw back, and we get Gino dump it in, and then I usually go in and kind of through a screen and try and get a big hit to get the crowd into it, get the guys into it, and just so worked out that the puck popped out to me, and there was nobody in the net, so it was an easy one.
Well, Marty, that must have been nice for you too, opening face-off of the game the other night, and you get a goal 15 seconds in from Tyler.
Yeah, that was a gift for sure. It's always nice to start the game on a note like that.
Well, Marty, we're going to wrap it up now, but thanks so much for joining us here, and it's great to have you back in Oklahoma City, and keep it going.
Thank you. It should be a good show tonight.
And Tyler, same to you as well, and best of luck.
Thanks, Jim.
Tyler Fleck, Marty Standish joining us. We'll have more of this first intermission report right after this here on Cox.
Ford Escape, the small SUV that's big on everything an SUV's supposed to be. It's that simple. And now it's easy to own. Introducing the Keep It Simple plan. Simple, straightforward pricing. Now drive a Ford Escape for just $22,888. Only $22,888 for the best-selling small SUV around. You'll save over $2,800. It's the Keep It Simple plan. Saving couldn't get any easier. See your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Ford is the best in Oklahoma.
Riley Broadbent is alive today because of the pioneering medical procedures at the Children's Hospital at OU Medical Center.
Our daughter Riley was born with a rare lung condition and was rushed to the Children's Hospital. There, the neonatal team was among the first in the world to perform a pioneering procedure that restored oxygen to her lungs and life to her body. Today, Riley is a healthy 6-year-old with a healthy future.
Riley Broadbent, Cashin, Oklahoma.
OU Medical Center is advancing medicine for life.
Gonna score. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Go,
Satellite go out again?
Yeah, rained.
But this is just as fun.
Don't live in satellite denial. Get the reliability you expect from Cox, your friend in the digital age.
Jim Byers, Steve McCall back live here in Tulsa, Oklahoma City with a 3-1 lead at the first intermission. This is our third Oklahoma Ford Turnpike Series broadcast of the year. Steve, let's take a look at some of the highlights.
Also known as the Marty Standish Show. Here's Dumba's backhander, Eamon the save. Marty Standish being knocked down. No problem. I'll knock it in. 1-0 Blazers. Want to see me make a play? Okay. How about this no-look backhand pass to Ryan Johnson? 2-0. Then it's Dan Hodge blasting one from the point. Hodge has been credited with that goal. They may change that. And here's Standish's second, just tipping in a beautiful centering feed from Jared Dumba. So Marty Standish with 2 goals and an assist gives the Blazers their 3-1 lead.
And you see the shots on goal in the Blazers' favor, 14-9. Oklahoma City scoring on one of their 3 power play opportunities. Tulsa had the decided edge in the face-offs, 14-6. Frequently, that means that they're going to have a little bit better period than the opposition if you win that many more face-offs, but the Blazers able to overcome that in a pretty light period in the penalty department.
Yeah. Standish, Flaminio, and Dumba for the Blazers led the shot parade, each with 2 shots on goal. Klage Cable, Dan Hodge, and Yaroslav Chesky each had 2 shots on goal for the Oilers in that first period.
So the Oilers took them a while to get going in the shots on goal department. They got a late goal. The Blazers matched that, though, in the final minute. That's 3-1, Oklahoma City. We'll be right back.
Introducing the biggest thing to happen in sports. Sports Monday, only in the Monday Oklahoman. Only Sports Monday gives you statewide and coast-to-coast coverage of the weekend's games, plus event ratings for the week ahead. Only Sports Monday puts you in the press box, on the sidelines, and in the locker room, with exclusive features only insiders know. Get your sports complete and compact to grab and go. Get Sports Monday every Monday, only in the Oklahoman. Now you're ready.
Hi, Freebie here. Let's face it, with free check card, free introductory checks, and free online banking, IBC free checking is wildly popular. But if we let success go to our heads, oh no. As one of the worker bees here at the bank, I'm dedicated to making sure that IBC continues to do more for you. The way I see it, I've got to earn my wings every day.
Okay, you never told me. What was that?
Crunchy!
Guys, I got Want something crunchy?
Guys?
Taco Bell is open late. Feed your need for all the crunchy, grilled, marinated, spicy, and melty taste you can only get at Taco Bell. Want to spice up the night? Think outside the bun. Open till 3 a.m. or later.
With convenient locations and all the specialties you're looking for, you can't help but smile at Gentle Dental. Call 1-800-GENTLE-1 and ask about our new patient special. The comfort you want and the specialties you're looking for. It's all here at Gentle Dental. Call 1-800-GENTLE-1 and ask about our new patient special.
Steve McCall back along with Jim Byers here in the Tulsa Convention Center. The Oklahoma City Blazers lead the Tulsa Oilers 3-1. We've got Blazers interim coach Ray Edwards joining us. And Ray, I guess for the Blazers that first period, you would say it was an outstandish period.
Nice one, guys.
I was going to say, maybe you wouldn't say that. You wouldn't have the guts to say it. Early on, though, you guys at one point had a 10-2 edge in shots after the Oilers won last night. Was that part of the game plan? You wanted to come out and really try to set some tempo as opposed to maybe playing a more cautious road-type game?
Well, we certainly wanted to get more pucks to the net, and we did that. I think all three of our goals were basically goal-mouth scrambles. So we wanted to be a little bit more predictable and get pucks at the net, and we've got to defend better. We just didn't defend very well last night. I thought we did a good job of getting pucks deep. So those are the kinds of things you have to do when you're on the road.
And quickly, how about the defensive end? Because it didn't seem like Tulsa had a lot of real good quality scoring chances that first period.
No, and even the goal they got was a point shot from far out, but earlier in the shift we didn't get the puck deep. So those things have to happen for you to have success. So we just got to keep her going.
All right, Ray, we'll let you get back over to the bench there. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, guys.
That is Blazers interim coach Ray Edwards. He doesn't look like a man who's about to be fired. Looks like he's enjoying himself. This is scheduled to be his last game with the Blazers in this interim role. And we talked about it a little bit last night on our Tulsa radio broadcast that there's a lot of quality people in hockey world, and everybody has so much respect for Doug Sauter. And, you know, when Ray had the chance to help out with Doug's family situation, he was more than happy to do it. And the Blazers got a pretty good guy in an interim coach for a weekend.
Former CHL Coach of the Year with San Angelo, a guy who's coached in the ECHL and the Central League, and would be coaching this year if New Mexico iced a team this year, but they're waiting for their new arena to be built. And really it's good for Ray too, as we talked about on the television last night, that, you know, he'd be off from hockey a whole year just scouting and recruiting and whatnot. And this gives him a chance to kind of get into the game a little bit and then be up close for 3 games.
I was impressed last night when they did their promotion with the Call the Coach. The fan made a point at the end of that in her conversation with Ray to thank him for helping the Blazers out. So as intense as this rivalry is, the fans on both sides, both ends of the turnpike, really respect the game and have a lot of respect for the opponents and the other people who are involved in the hockey world.
Yeah, I think so too. You know, as someone who's been on both ends of it at times as an employee, I think it's nice to see that. And you always get your fans that get a little fired up sometimes, but that's okay too. But for the most part, I think there is. I think these teams have a good rivalry. It's not laced with quite the dislike that you sometimes see. Just enough to kind of make it interesting. As both teams come back out onto the ice here, Sebastian Santomo and Marco Eamon, the respective goaltenders today.
The Oilers tonight, after the game, for any of you watching in the Tulsa area, they'll be on hand at the Fox and Hound Restaurant at 71st and Garnett tonight at 7 o'clock. You can have your post-game meal with the Oilers. By then, the Blazers will be back. They might be down in Bricktown area. They might be celebrating a big win, because whoever wins this, it's going to be a big win. They'll take over 3rd place in the division and actually take over a playoff spot, because these teams with 20 points are now ahead of Youngstown and Fort Worth, the other side of the Northern Conference playoff race.
Well, you take a look at that Northeast Division, Steve, and really none of those teams doing much. Bossier-Shreveport with 20 points, Tulsa and the Blazers both with 20, so that's pretty much a wash, and Bossier is atop that division. The other teams, Youngstown really struggling. They've just been shredded the last 2 nights. Fort Worth doing nothing. They might be the worst team in the league right now, and Memphis has just kind of treaded water all year.
All right, and part of the reason the Oilers and Blazers are having success is strong goaltending. We're going to take a look at Marco Eamon taking a rising shot off the stick of Standish, and now Sebastian Santomo flashing out the right pad and making a save. Graham Durrell couldn't beat Eamon, who got his blocker on that shot. And the Blazers were able to beat Marco Eamon 3 times, but really on deflections, and I'm not sure that you could blame him for any of the 3 Blazer goals.
No, I mean, you had the great no-look pass from Standish to Johnson on the one, you had a rebound on another, and you had that nice odd-man rush at the end. And you know, those goaltenders make it look so easy. Whether it's a blocker save like Eamon made, or one of those sliding right pad saves by Santomo, can't be as easy as they make it look. There's see Marco. If there's a pro league, Marco has probably played in it. He's been around. Santomo too. He's been in the
all the way up to the NHL.
Exactly.
You know, that was an exciting time for the Central Hockey League and the Memphis River Kings. Santomo was Memphis property when he got called up to the Toronto Maple Leafs organization and actually spent a couple of periods playing in an NHL game.
It's back in the 01-02 season, correct?
It was indeed.
Minute and a half left on a late penalty to Marty Standish. Second period underway, 3-1 Blazers.
Crack statistician Kevin Price here notes that we are starting the second period. Thanks for that note, Kevin.
Dumped in deep by Dan Hodge. The Oilers roll it to the side of the net, and Fleck able to clear it up ice.
Tulsa earlier in the season was struggling scoring goals, and they were struggling on the power play as well. They have come around a little bit in that area.
Ball up the near boards with it. Out high to Jolly. His shot got through to Sebastian Santomo, and he laid down and froze the puck.
He had Jim Dahl right on the doorstep, who took the feed from Chesky. Kuster was also waiting just off the left goal post. He has 54 seconds left in his penalties. And get a look at Marty in the penalty box there.
Standish with 2 goals and an assist in the first period.
Jolly fakes the shot, then lets it go. Dahl knocked down in front. Santomo picked it up in traffic and was able to smother it.
Oilers win the faceoff. Shot by Jolly, tipped up by Fleck into the protective netting. So the faceoff will stay inside. This is the first minute of play here in the second period.
Fleck is trying to contend that the puck came off an Oilers stick, and he wants the faceoff moved outside. And as is usually the case, the referee wins the argument.
In skates off the draw, and Fleck able to clear it out to center. Interesting that Fleck is paired with Goulet to start this period on the penalty kill. Normally Goulet plays with Germain and Fleck plays with Flaminio. Maybe Ray Edwards letting the rookie sit for this penalty kill in the first minute of play on the fresh ice. Now Khalil Thomas comes out. There's a hard around dump in by Chesky. Dumbo will try to chip it up in the air. Dahl knocks it down. Feeds it to an open corner. Chesky goes to get it. 15 seconds on the power play for Tulsa. Kuster up the boards with it. One-timer by Paul whistles wide. And the Oilers' first power play of the game is just about over. And they will be 0 for 1 with the man advantage tonight. Today, one-timer by Chesky and a save made, and a penalty coming up to Goulet. He's been out there for the entire minute 42 of this period. He dumped Dahl at the stoppage of play and is going to get a holding call.
So Tulsa goes right back to the power play. Dahl makes his way to the bench as Goulet makes his way to the sin bin.
You know, last night penalties hurt the Blazers in the second period. Tulsa had something like at least 4 power play chances. Power plays can really do a lot to stop a team's momentum, because for 2 minutes you're really not trying to do anything but just run the clock down. So Goulet out for the hold. Fleck and Thomas on D for the Blazers. Fleck able to rifle it out to center. Standish and Johnston up front. The Oilers have Chicago and Hodge back. Cable, Otten, and Chesky up front.
Maybe that's Paxton Schulte out there up front for the Oilers. He's a big guy. We don't want to make him mad.
Hard to miss him. Otten rings one off the post. And Schulte inadvertently tips it through center.
Wow, that one beats Santomo cleanly. And because of all the great mics here, you heard that one off the post.
Comes back out to center. Otten will feed it back to Mario Jolly. Do the Oilers have a white home uni, or is this it?
This is their home uniform, the cream-colored uniform.
Nothing wrong with it. Because I know we saw your uniform you wore last night. It's kind of a third jersey, right?
It was a third jersey last year. It has been their primary road jersey this season. That's correct. They don't have the blue uniforms that they used last year.
Jolly headmans it to Dahl. Gets some speed going through center. A wrister on net, and a save by Santomo, and Chesky couldn't get the rebound teed up. A good defensive play by Johnston to get back. Oilers keep it in. Dahl in front to Kuster, and he couldn't get the blade of the stick up. 35 seconds on the power play. Jolly a high drive over the net. And Johnston, who's had a very strong game, able to backhand it out to center. Chesky comes through neutral ice. Hands it to Kuster on the near board. Getting there is Germain to clear it, but not out. Jolly to Dahl on the far side. And Thomas kicks it by him and out to center. Chance for the Blazers. Softly beaten to the puck. Barely by Paul. Paul gave it away. Dumba finagled it to the front. Dahl takes it away. Long pass up ice, and that'll be an icing against the Oilers. Penalty is over to Goulet. 3-1 Blazers.
Here's Otten's shot that almost got the Oilers back within a walk. Wow. No doubt, solid metal there.
That looked like it hit the post and came back towards Santomo's back. Those are the kind that could ricochet right back off the goalie and go right back in, rather than come straight out toward the middle of the area.
Otten, we mentioned he was a teammate with Marty Standish last season in Quad City. Aided by a couple of power plays, the Oilers out shooting the Blazers 3-0 in the first 4 minutes here of the second period.
It's a cross-ice pass that Flaminio will get to first. Flaminio back with Fleck here, so I think Ray Edwards was just letting the slightly more veteran Goulet play that first penalty kill shift of this period with Fleck. Flaminio cross-ice feed, too far for Tim Earl. Hodge with a nice pass down the wall to Young. Pass goes on goal. Deal in front, and a rolled off Young stick. Wraparound try by Deal, and the net's off, and the play is stopped.
You see a little bit of inexperience from the youngsters, Deal and Young. They create a good scoring chance, but the Oilers have had trouble finishing plays. Earlier this year, they had Matt Holmes on that line, and he had trouble finishing plays as well. Holmes was here, had only 2 points in his stint here in Tulsa. Justin Siebold, who the Oilers recently signed, has already picked up 3 points in 2 games, whereas Matt Holmes for the Oilers had only 2 points in 15 games.
The Oilers have won 5 of the 6 faceoffs in this period. And a pretty good chance right off that draw. Dumba with a chance to clear. Good forechecking shift here for Paige Cable's line. Schulte able to come away with it there in the corner. Passed it to the Blazers. It's tipped out to center by Brian Johnston, who's had a heck of a game. Being very close to getting pulled down out there. Cable, touch pass to Schulte, wearing 29 today, and he gets knocked down by Johnston. And meanwhile, Santomo had to step out of the way as Henry Kuster went flying. I'm sorry, Drew Otten went flying into the net. Otten slow to get up.
Let's see, Brian Johnson put a big hit on Schulte here. Schulte fanned on the pass, and Johnson, he didn't miss on that hit at all.
Oh.
Good clean hit. He had both hands on the stick, had it down on the ice. Paxton Schulte will take his number, though.
Johnston is a guy that is not overly big, but he's strong. From a small town in Saskatchewan where, they don't need a lot of weights and gyms to get strong. They just go out in the field. And
they have their hay bales as their weights.
Exactly. Blazers with a chance here deep, but Dahl able to take it out of harm's way, but not out. Canelli, nice feed to Persofsky. Whips it out high to Flaminio. Penalty coming up. I think they're going to get the Oilers on that little hook on Flaminio.
And it'll be Henry Kuster heading off. The Oilers' leading goal scorer will now sit for a couple of minutes as he goes off for hooking. The Oilers mascot Blade's not happy about that call.
That's where it helps to have good wheels like Flaminio. He helped create that by jumping down from the blue line. And a guy with a little bit less speed might not be able to draw that opponent's penalty there. Booster a hook at 5:37.
So the Blazers, who have a power play goal, have the chance again on the man advantage, leading 3-1.
This is the Blazers' 4th power play chance of the day. And they get the face-off. Dustin to Beausoleil. Also sets up the box. Down low to Persofsky. A steep angle high shot goes on top of the cage. Comes down. Beausoleil is able to pry it loose on the far side. Dustin and Thomas at the point. It's Canelli working with it in the corner. Chakotko trying to fill some time over there. Persofsky frees it for Beausoleil. Now to Khalil Thomas. To Beausoleil, top of the circle. Beausoleil a one-timer. Hits several people, and Hodge skates several strides with it. Dustin got it, though, and sent it back down low.
He couldn't get the first down, though. He looked like he was rushing a football.
Here comes Seabold. Partial break. Knocked down. Penalty coming up. Maybe a penalty shot. The play needs to be stopped because the net's off. Stern's arm is up in the air. It'll be a regular holding call.
Yeah, Seabold never really had a good, clean break. He was up in it. No doubt it was a penalty. He did manage to get the shot away. And Justin Seabold has been a good find for the Oilers. He's played just 2 games. We mentioned he already has a goal and 2 assists. Coming in from Jacksonville of the Southern Professional Hockey League. You get a good look at young Justin Seabold there. And it was his speed that just created that penalty.
Dustin holding. That's 6:32. Well, the Blazers don't even get a full minute on that power play before allowing Seabold to get behind him and create a 4-on-4 situation for a bit. Off the draw, it's sent up ice. Blazers up by 2 here, all scoring back in the first period. Cable across high speed just beyond Chesky. Blazers veteran Tyler Fleck goes to get it. Nice headman pass to Standish. Over to Dumba. Bunch of good Saskatchewan natives out there for the Blazers right now. Fleck, Flaminio, Dumba, Standish. The pride of the Prairie Province of Saskatchewan. Here comes Dumba. With the work around Paul. Flaminio floods in to help out. A lot of Blazers in deep here in this 4-on-4 situation. Standish goes for a skate. Now to Goulet. Shoots the save by Heeman. Big pile up in front. Out come the Oilers. Chesky one-on-one with Goulet. Other guys catch up. A stickless Flaminio catching up as well. There's Paul. Hit by Gio on the near side. And Dumba will wheel out to center with it. Now the Oilers on the power play. Third time today. Here comes Chesky down the wing. Nadal. Chesky got sent head over heels by Standish. And Beausoleil turns to the attack. Almost got around Todd Paul. Enan helped stick it away. Brewster with a headman pass on the stick of Drew Ott. Sends it to the middle. Dahl, nice move, but he shot it wide. Hodge with a shot. Santomo had it. Wasn't sure, I think. And now we got Thomas and Otten tussling at the side of the net.
I've noticed over the last couple nights, Dan Hodge has been a lot more free-willing to take the shots from the point. Here's Chesky moving up ice, and Marty Standish steps into him with a good hip check. Chesky was looking around for a little bit of the knee and the leg, but it looked like Standish got enough of the hip in there to keep that a clean hit.
6-2 Tulsa in the shots this period. I think Chesky kind of let his guard down for a second there, and once you deliver a pass, you got to be somewhat vigilant. Hodge out high with it, shoots, saved by Santomo, and he gets a little bit of a quick whistle from Stearns as play kind of was still going on almost.
Yeah, and the puck was out of the referee's sight. And, you know, it was right by the pad, so you just figured that the goalie has it. And really, Santomo would have been able to smother it away right away quickly anyway. So it wasn't like the Oilers jammed it in, where you'll see teams complain about that sometimes.
Oilers with the puck off the draw. Penalty about to expire to Dustin. Dahl sends it out high. Hodges shot. Traffic in front, knocked down. Germain has Dustin breaking. Pass goes underneath him. They wave off the icing. And Eamon gives it away to Prasovsky. Centers it. And Kennelly sent it wide. You know, I like Eamon in net, Steve, but he does not look like he handles the puck very well from what I've seen.
Yeah, he struggles in that area. He can control rebounds, but he's somewhat of an adventure when it comes to passing the puck.
Here comes Beausoleil in deep with it. Both the Blazer goaltenders, Santomo and Connors, both outstanding firing that puck around. Dahl sends it ahead, now to center. And it's sent down in deep by Kuster. And that's definitely a secondary skill for goalies. It's a nice thing to have. It's not necessarily their bread and butter, but Chicago sends it to the middle, tipped up ice by Kennelly. You know, and before guys like Hextall came around back in the 80s, goalies didn't worry much about shooting the puck.
say if you got a guy who stick handles like Bobby Orr but can't stop a beach ball, he doesn't do you much good.
Yeah, he won't be back between the pipes. Santomo freezes it, approaching the halfway mark here. Blazers up 3-1. 2 first-period goals by Marty Standish, the other by Ryan Johnston.
You see Michael Young, who just got that quick shot off coming down the left wing. He got his first professional goal Friday night for the Oilers.
Young is not as short as Dallas Stewart, is he? But he kind of fills a little bit of a diminutive role, doesn't he? Kind of third line center. Wow, what a collision on the end board.
Durrell get a boarding call.
Jolly bumped Durrell, who just went absolutely flying into the boards. Now Durrell goes with reckless abandon. So sometimes he'll take himself into the boards hard. Shot wide from the left side by Jermaine. Delayed call on.
Blazers with the 6 attackers.
Lukasik shoots it out of play.
It's going to be a boarding call, I believe. It's going to be an interference call, and Jolly is livid. You'll get a look at it here. He cut off Durrell heading for the puck.
But, you know, I think Graham really kind of took himself into the boards. I mean, Jolly definitely bodied him off as an interference type play, but the contact with the end boards was really, a lot of that was Durrell, I think.
The penalty call was for interference. We thought it might be a board at first, so we apologize for that. The call is interference, and that was because Jolly stepped into Durrell, cutting him off from the puck. So Jolly goes on for interference, and the Blazers go back to the power play.
I think that's a good call because Durrell in the attack zone had a chance to get the puck, and even though there wasn't much contact, there doesn't have to be for interference. The contact with Durrell on the board was mostly Durrell just going in there with the reckless abandon. Durrell plays hard, I'll tell you what. Here's Dustin with it out high. Ryan Johnston back out to Dustin. To Khalil Thomas. Cross-ice feed didn't get there. Cable out to center with Chesky on his right. Cable works to the perimeter and dumps it in wide. Thomas sends it ahead to center, and here comes Marty Standish. 2 goals tonight, 6 against the Oilers this season in 2.5 games. Dumba behind the net. Dumba to Standish. To Dustin. Played some in the East Coast League last year. His shot was kind of muffed, and Chicago able to clear it up ice. Now Chicago gets it back. Sends it all the way down low. Dahl tried to work in front. Moseley stole it. 55 seconds on the power play. Moseley leaves it out high for Flaminio. Now Kennelly in the corner. Dahl broke his stick. Kuster slides it out to center. Henry, I think, actually mishandled it, but rolled it out to center. Here's Sofsky, a big drive over the net. And Dahl with a new stick now, able to bang it out to center. Flaminio gets it to Fleck. Paul will counter. Down to 20 seconds on the power play. 3-1 Oklahoma City here past the halfway mark. Fleck drives it up ice. Tipped by Paul off the far glass to Kennelly in front. Off Johnston's stick. Paul with a good hit in the corner. Krasovsky picks it up. Jolly out of the box. Johnston down low. Krasovsky. He lost it. Paul ices it. This will probably be our mid-period break. 3-1 in favor of Oklahoma City. 2 goals for Standish, 1 for Johnston. Dan Hodge with the Tulsa goal. We'll be back with more Oklahoma Ford Turnpike Series action right after this.
Gunmetal.
Zed Black.
Bermuda.
York's new Affinity heat pump and furnace systems are sleek, quiet, and efficient.
Champagne.
And they come in a choice of colors that are as distinctive as you are.
Stone.
Because people like color. The new beautiful Affinity series from York.
Betty, do my stripes make me look plump, kind of brie-ish? Are you still worried about that? Not my own material? Too much cheddar, not enough jack? Well, at least you're sharp.
Taco Mayo's new tamale melt. 2 hand-rolled tamales smothered with savory chili and cheddar jack cheese, then fresh broiled to perfection. If that seems too fussy to some, we're sorry, but we won't be out-freshed.
Is orange my best color? Get used to it, honey.
Taco Mayo. We won't be out-freshed.
For the ultimate SUV, it's simple. You want the Ford Expedition. And now owning one couldn't be easier. Introducing the Keep It Simple plan. Simple, straightforward pricing. Your price for a 2006 Ford Expedition is only $28,882. Ford Expedition for just $28,882. You save $6,598. Pretty simple, huh? It's the Keep It Simple plan. Simply the best deals from your Oklahoma Ford dealer.
Ford is the best in Oklahoma.
Broadway Clinic. Feel better there.
Are you one out of 5 Oklahomans that has no health insurance? At the Broadway Clinic, we gladly accept patients with or without health insurance. For as little as $50, you can see a doctor today. No appointment is necessary, and new patients are always welcome. We have convenient office hours and are centrally located. The Broadway Clinic is your prescription for friendly, affordable health care.
The Broadway Clinic. Feel better there.
For live action, and don't forget, coming up at the end of the period is the Worry-Free Vacations Intermission Report. Mario Jolly and Jim Dahl, this intermission. Play underway in the Oilers zone. Blazers up 3-1. Durrell throws a hit in there on Hodge, but the Oilers break out, but the penalty box is empty. Oilers pick it up. Stopped by Corey Deal, muff. Picked up by Seabold. Backhander on, and Santomo gloves it. Here's that third line for the Oilers for that shift. Seabold, Young, and Deal.
Deal had an empty net goal last night. Young had his first goal on Friday night in Wichita. And Seabold has 3 points in 2 games. The Oilers have been dominant in the face-off department, 23-9, and they're out shooting the Blazers 11-2 thus far this period. But no goal scoring this period, and the Blazers still lead 3-1. All the goals coming in the first period. Until now!
Out from the point.
From the point, let it go. It may have been tipped in front by Schulte. And the Oilers strike back, and it looks like it's going to be credited to Paxton Schulte, his first goal as an Oiler. We'll take a look here. Hodge again holding it in at the point. Let the shot go, and definitely Schulte tipped it through his own pads. He gets the goal from Hodge and Cable. And Schulte's first goal as an Oiler gets the Oilers back to within 1 once again. Paxton Schulte gets the goal from Hodge and Cable.
Schulte, who played in a few games earlier this year for Amarillo, getting his first overall goal of the year, and a nice tip in front. So Hodge scored the Oiler goal in the first period straight in from the point, and he creates this one with a point shot near the net, and a nice tip by Schulte. 12:52 the time of the goal. Hodge and Cable the assists, and it's now a 3-2 Oklahoma City lead. Well, I was about to say, before that puck went in the net, as here's Dahl trying to center it. A whack at it by Kuster went wide. Now a penalty coming up to Johnston.
He flattened Chesky in the corner.
I was about to say that last night the Blazers led 2-1 after a period, and while it wasn't a dominant period, it was still a good solid first period yesterday for the Blazers, and then a combination of a poor Blazer second period and a great Oiler period, and they outscored Oklahoma City 3-0 in the second and went on to win handily. Today, a similar situation possibly developed.
A look of concern creases across the face of Ray Edwards as Johnson goes into the penalty box and slams his stick against the glass as he's off for tripping here at the 13:32 mark.
Power play number 4 for the Oilers. Well, the second period has not been good for the Blazers this year. A week ago Friday, they were outshot 20-1 by Amarillo in the second period. In the game the Blazers won, the only Blazer shot that period was a goal.
They've been outscored 26-17 now in the second period. Oilers trying to get the equalizer here on the power play. Get a little ice repair done. Oilers will have Cable, Otten, And Schulte up front on this power play. Paxton Schulte just got the goal that cut the lead to 3-2. Jolly and Paul are the point men. Krasovsky out there to take the draw for the Blazers. He's tossed out of there, so Beausoleil will now step in.
Cable winds up tipping the puck toward the middle, but it's shot up ice by Fleck.
He and Goulet are on defense for this Blazer penalty-killing unit.
Second time this period that they appear to have made a direct attempt to pair those two out of penalty kill. Otten, shot blocked by Goulet. And it's cleared up ice by Fleck. Goulet, this year, is a +7. He has the best plus-minus on Oklahoma City's club.
The Oilers' plus-minus leader is Todd Paul. He's out there right now on this power play, which right now is not a plus situation for the Oilers if they would score.
Puck out of play off the protected netting. Nor is it a minus situation for the Blazers where they give up a goal. However, if the Blazers get a shorthanded goal, minus City for the Oilers, it does apply to shorthanded goals, but not to power play or even power play.
The Oilers would look at this as a plus situation if they are able to get the equalizer, though. That's for sure on this power play with 1:19 left, with Johnson off for tripping.
Standish gets kicked out of the faceoff from Dahl. Dumba and Dahl. Dahl has the draw, but it rolls out to center. Now stolen. Dumba to Standish. Here they come. Back to Dumba. Back to Standish. Short-handed goal.
Hat trick.
Marty Standish's second hat trick of the year against Tulsa, and it's a 4-2 Blazer lead.
They thought that was so pretty on the scoreboard, they gave him credit for 2 goals. A good give and go, or more like not really a give and go, just playing catch. Dumba pulled Eamon over, got it back to Standish, who just held his ground, waited for the return feed, made no mistake about it. It's 4-2 as Standish has his 11th of the season and his 3rd of the game.
That was a give and go and give back again.
Yeah.
4th shorthander scored by the Blazers, the 2nd allowed by the Oilers. At 14:23, Standish from Dumba.
You know, we've talked a lot about Marty Standish. Jared Dumba has 3 assists tonight.
And a couple of buttes, too.
So, you know, Standish, that time, you got to give full marks to Jared Dumba for making the play and allowing Standish to get his hat trick, his 2nd hat trick of the season, as you mentioned, against the Oilers.
Krasovsky won the draw.
Still a minute left on the Oiler power play.
The Blazers back into a 2-goal lead. Hodge clears it to center. Booster with a cross-ice pass to Dahl. Got around Dustin. Dahl in front. Saved by Santomo. Penalty coming up.
Nifty backhand shot by Dahl. Santomo, though, just went over with him. And it's going to be a hooking call coming up on Garrett Krasovsky. As you'll see, Dahl cutting in from the left wing. Pulls the puck through the skates of Dustin. Krasovsky then hooks at the arm.
Not much of a hook, but I guess it was enough to count.
Now, you're a former official. You're supposed to stand up for those guys.
Well, I mean, he still got a pretty good shot off and didn't deny a scoring chance. I didn't think he really even pulled Dahl's body all that much, but what the heck. As long as they're consistent with the standard. Krasovsky hook at 14:56. Power play number 5 of the game for the Oilers will be coming up here. It's 2-man advantage for another 20 seconds or so. Kuster comes off the boards with it. Has a man in front. Back to Kuster. It was actually kicked away by Santomo as Hodge was in deep.
It's interesting. Hodge has taken shots from the point. That time he passed the shot up.
And it rolls out to center now. Power play number 5 for the Oilers. A 1-man advantage. Boy, Johnston with a nice turnaround shot attempt and even makes the save. 1-man advantage for 1:14 for the Oilers. Hodge gave it away at center. Here comes Dumba to Johnston. Back in front, and Dumba couldn't quite redirect it on net. Dahl out to center with it. Pass ahead to Otten. To the middle to Schulte. Bouncing puck. Cleared but not out by Fleck. Jolly shot tip. Cable with it. to Drew Otten. Now to Paul. Deflected shot on. Santomo pokes it to the corner. Dumba got a piece of that other shot, and Santomo had to make a nice save. Rolls to the middle. Schulte couldn't get a shot off. Fleck roughs up Cable in the corner. Schulte gave it away to Dumba. Nice interception over to Johnston. 17 seconds for the power play. Johnston gets around Jolly. Pass blocked by Paul on a good defensive play. Cable gets the legs going out to center. Cable to Paul. Line pass back in front. Goulet clears it. Long pass breakaway. Krasovsky in front. And a save by Eamon. That's a patented move by Krasovsky, too. Eamon stuck with him.
Right out of the penalty box on the breakaway for Krasovsky, and that's a big save by Eamon to keep the Oilers in it, down by 2 still.
Krasovsky down the wing, rubbed out by Shikotko. Another breakaway made possible by the lack of a red line or a lack of an offside pass this year. Jolly feeds it around and out the center. Comes the Oilers. Siebold to Young. Shot a save by Santomo.
That looked like that kind of dipped on Santomo a little bit. Let's take a look at the rebound here. Look at Krasovsky. There's no Oiler in the screen. Heads to the backhand, back to the forehand. Eamon goes into the butterfly, and he's able to stuff it with that right pad down on the ice. Krasovsky had just come out of the penalty box, took the pass in full stride.
2:24 left, second period. Young and Earl on the draw. Young wins it, goes out high. Bright Cruz a pass, blocked by Earl, tipped out to center. Now Durrell will go to get it. Flipped out of there by Dan Hodge. Fleck braces for the Siebold rush. Knocks Siebold down. Young over to get it. Steps around the Fleck check. Graham Durrell gave it away in the corner. Centering pass. Open race for it. Bright Cruz in to get it. Pass behind the net. Wow, Siebold took out Deal inadvertently back there.
And
the faceoff's going to come outside the line.
Corey Deal looking around to say what happened. Watch it here. Siebold puts a good hit on. He's trying to pull up, and then look at him. He just flattens his own man, and Deal's helmet hits the back of the net, knocks the net off, and because the Oilers knocked it off, the faceoff moves outside. Corey Deal has a good laugh about it as he climbs over the bench in front of the emergency goaltender today, Corey Wojtek, and Siebold and Deal share a laugh about that.
It's the second best hit of the game.
I was going to say, Deal's probably saying, why don't you hit the other guys that hard, Justin? I know you're new to the team, but I'm on your side.
Do you take his money in cards or what? Flip down the boards and fall down to get it. Because, you know, you almost look like Siebold braced for the hit.
Maybe it's those cream-colored jerseys. He just saw a little bit of it and thought it was the maroon coming at him.
Dahl steps to the line. Bounces around at center, and Standish flips the bouncing puck in deep. The rest of the Blazer lines could have potentially taken the afternoon off. This line with Standish has scored all 4 goals. Marty with 3 of them.
It's Standish 3, Tulsa 2 right now.
Blazers lost single-handedly. There's a wraparound try by Chesky, and Santomo just got the pad over. The Blazers lost a game, Jeff Christian 4, the Blazers 3 this year in Youngstown, with a little bit of help from the officiating. We won't get into that. You guys had an interesting officiating game here a week or so ago with Wichita on a last-second no goal.
5 seconds left. Wichita player David Lazat appeared to bat the puck in with his glove hand. The goal stood, and Wichita won in overtime.
Now Durrell chases it down off the draw. Gets there just ahead of Mario Jolly. In to help out is Tom Paul. Jolly will get it back. Over to Schulte. But those things happen in a long season. Tulsa still has won 12 of the 20 faceoffs this period. Goulet with it. Nice smooth play by Goulet. He's going to get the icing waved off. But even if it had been an icing, it's a nice play by the youngster. 30 seconds in the period. Green with it at center. Jolly will get it. Long pass to Schulte. Nice touch pass to Otten. He throws it in wide of the net. Maine shot it into the body of Clage Cable. Shadoruk on to help out. 8 seconds in the period. Goulet will hammer it around the boards. And that does it for the second period of play. Let's see if we can get Ray Edwards coming off the ice here for the end of the period interview. 4-2 Oklahoma City after 2 periods of play. Blazers killed off a brief 2-man advantage in that period. They killed off 4 penalties in all. A couple of penalty kills for the Oilers in that period as well. And we got a good game going here through 2 periods of play. 3 other games in the league coming up later. Lubbock at Corpus Christi, Odessa at Amarillo, and Laredo at Rio Grande Valley. As you see Ray Edwards coming off.
I bet you our great Cox crew will get him stopped this time. Ray took the escape route last time, but we appreciate his time before the period started. All the players are saying, here's what you got to do, Ray. They've seen Doug Sauter do this enough, so Ray will stop and have a quick word with us here.
Let's go downstairs to Ray Edwards now. Ray, what a big goal by Standish. Right after the Schulte goal makes it a 1-goal game. Marty and Dumba really have it clicking today.
Man, do they ever. You know, we talked a lot the last couple of days about the shift after a goal, how important it is, and those guys came up big for us.
Yeah, Ray, give the viewers a little bit of a feel for what that does on the bench, especially after a team has just come back within 1 goal.
Well, it's more so what it did to their bench. I mean, they get a big high there, and then the next shift gets scored against. That drags you right down, and for us, it was a huge boost for us. We had a couple big kills there. Now we just got 20 minutes to go here.
You're not going to give Marty Standish an Albuquerque Chamber of Commerce brochure in your pocket, are you?
I think Doug will protect him next year. Thanks, guys.
Ray, thanks a lot.
All right.
Blazers interim coach Ray Edwards joining us. We'll take a break. Come back. The second intermission report as you see Standish to Dumba, back to Standish, and the Blazers up by a pair.
He finishes his hat trick.
Convenient locations and all the specialties you're looking for. You can't help but smile at Gentle Dental. Call 1-800-GENTLE-1 and ask about our new patient special.
Robert Warner is able to walk, work, and live today because of the pioneering medical procedures at OU Medical Center.
Suffering from heart failure, and my heart was only working at 20%. Then I found the heart team at OU Medical Center, who helped pioneer a new heart implant device that more than doubled my heart capacity, renewing my health and restoring my future. Robert Warner, Tecumseh, Oklahoma.
OU Medical Center, a hospital committed to advancing medicine for life.
A simple handshake. It's how business has been done here for generations. And now it's the easiest way for you to join the Ford family. Introducing the Keep It Simple plan. With simple, straightforward pricing, like $18,931 for a 2006 Ford F-150. That's over $5,400 in savings. Or get a Focus ZX4 for $13,392 and save more than $2,100. The Keep It Simple plan. Simply the best deals, and your Oklahoma Ford dealers will shake on it.
The comfort you want and the specialties you're looking for. It's all here at Gentle Dental. Call 1-800-GENTLE-1 and ask about our new patient special.
The second period intermission report is brought to you by the official airline of the Oklahoma Ford Turnpike Series, Worry-Free Vacations. Don't forget to register for a free trip for 2 to Las Vegas from both Tulsa and Oklahoma City at all Oilers and Blazers games. And we're back here at the Tulsa Convention Center this second intermission, joined by a couple of Tulsa Oilers. On my left, defenseman Mario Jolly. On my right, winger Jim Dahl, a rookie out of Alaska Anchorage. Jim, let's start with you first. A goal last night in Oklahoma City, a nice play on a rebound, and you're leading all rookies in the CHL in goals scored this year, so it looks like things going well for you.
Yeah, not too bad.
playing with some great line mates with Henry Kuster on one side and Yaroslav Seski on the other. And they're both doing a great job. We're gelling together real nicely right now, and I attribute most of my success to them.
Yeah, I think I called you winger. Actually, I do recall you winning a lot of draws last night. Is winning face-off something that you have to work especially hard at?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I'm back in the middle right now, and it's been a while in my career since I've been in the middle, so I'm adjusting. And, you know, the more often you play each other, you know, you get used to playing against other centers and taking draws. But, yeah, they're of utmost importance.
Now, you guys were struggling for a while scoring goals, but now you're out of that bottom spot in the league in goals scored. You jetted up to about 12th in the league after last night with 7 goals, and it looks like the offense of late has really come together.
Yeah, definitely. You know, clearly we're getting more production out of each line, and I think that's a big part of it. And, you know, when the other lines start scoring more, our line's going to start scoring more. And, you know, we all feed off each other, and I think that's what's been happening lately.
Speaking of offense, defenseman Mario Jolly contributed last night. A really nice play, Mario. You went right to the front, got a centering pass, and with very quick hands, put it into the net.
Yes, it was a 3-on-2, and I just drove the net, and Clage Cable just made a perfect pass right on my stick, and I just put it in. It was a great pass, and got the game-winning goal with that.
Now, on balance, how many goals would you say you're up for in the course of a year?
I don't know. Last year I had 10 goals. I don't mind about my goals. I just want to win games and win a championship. So long time Tulsa didn't win a championship, and that's where we're this year, win a championship. So goals, I don't mind how many goals I got, but I hope to beat last year 10 goals.
Defensively, I thought you guys played very solidly yesterday. You and Shakotko, a whole number of your defensemen played very well, and it looked like you guys were able to make some amends for a loss in Oklahoma City the night after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the night after Thanksgiving, nobody showed up, and Oak City played really well. We didn't play well, we didn't show up, but last night everybody showed up, our forwards, our D, our goalie, so it's going pretty well last couple of games.
You guys have played quite well since that day after Thanksgiving game. Your only losses have come to Colorado, and everybody knows how tough they've been. This division's really tough right now. I mean, Wichita and Colorado have had great years. The Blazers and Tulsa would both be in first place in the other division in this conference if you were over there. So it's pretty tough night in, night out, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Like 2 games ago, we were last almost, and now we're third. So just you win one, you lose one. It goes so quick in this division. It's so close. All the teams are good, and we got to win every game.
You guys have been getting some great goaltending this year. Marco Eamon last night. Chris King, who's injured right now, has played very well this year. As a defenseman, does that give you that extra little safety valve, knowing you got that a hot goaltender back there, whichever guy might be?
Oh, yes, for sure. You know, like when you know you're going to do a mistake, you're going to force the play, you're going to do a mistake, you know your goalie's there to stop it, and Marco and Chris are really, really good this year. They stopped everything, and we just start scoring more goals for them, so that's going to help them a lot.
Let's wheel back over here and talk to Jim Dahl again. How's the transition to pro hockey been for you so far, not just on the ice, but off as well?
It's been all right. We've had great veterans on this team, and they've really helped me out. Henry Kuster again has been as a lineman, he's really helped me out with the transition, and it seems to be going pretty well for me.
Now, I mentioned earlier you're out of Alaska Anchorage, but kind of fill us in on your background. Did you grow up there, or did you go up there to play hockey?
I'm from Minnetonka, Minnesota, Minneapolis area, so that's where I played high school hockey and then junior hockey in Omaha for 2 years before I went up to UAA.
Is that Omaha junior program still well received up there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's phenomenal. I can't say enough about that program, and head coach Mike Hastings is a phenomenal coach, so I attribute a lot to that program.
They've got competition up there now. There's an American Hockey League team in that area.
Yeah, there's a lot of hockey in Omaha right now with college, junior, and pro, so there's enough fans, though, I think, to go around.
And you're not the only Alaska Anchorage guy on this Oilers club.
No, Clage played there too, and actually he played in Omaha too, so we got a little bit going there.
Well, congratulations so far on the season to this point. A goal last night and an assist as well, and best of luck keeping it going.
All right, thanks a lot, Jim.
And Mario, always interesting to watch you play, the way you combine physical play with your skill, and it looks like things going well for you this year also.
Yes, it's going pretty well. Like, pass the puck to the forward, just try to keep it simple, and everything's going well.
Well, congratulations on the start so far in the game last night, and best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Mario Jolly and Jim Dahl joining us. We'll take a timeout. Come back with more here at the Tulsa Convention Center right after this.
Betty, do my stripes make me look plump? Kind of brie-ish? Are you still worried about that? Not Mayo material? Too much cheddar? Not enough Jack? Well, at least you're sharp.
Taco Mayo's new tamale melt. 2 hand-rolled tamales smothered with savory chili and cheddar jack cheese, then fresh broiled to perfection. That seems too fussy to some. We're sorry, but we won't be out-freshed.
Is orange my best color? Get used to it, honey.
Taco Mayo. We won't be out-freshed.
This won't take long.
No problem.
Just a few more ounces, honey.
Give me a couple of those Oklahoma Gusher scratch cards.
We won! Woohoo! Play any one of the 4 scratch games from the Oklahoma Lottery. Lucky Sevens, Oklahoma Gusher, Rush to Cash with a $25,000 jackpot. The Oklahoma Lottery. Put a little woohoo in your day.
Hi, Freebie here. Let's face it, with free check card, free introductory checks, and free online banking, IBC free checking is wildly popular. But if we let success go to our heads, oh no. As one of the worker bees here at the bank, I'm dedicated to making sure that IBC continues to do more for you. The way I see it, I've got to earn my wings every day.
You can get sports scores anywhere, but nobody covers your team, in your town, on your time, like the expanded sports section of the new Oklahoman. With insight you only get from reporters who live here like you, love the game like you, and want the facts as badly as you. Anyone can get the score. Our readers get the story. Pick it up or call 1-877-98-PAPER. The new Oklahoman. Sports is our turf.
Jim Byers, Steve McCall back live here in Tulsa.
There's a railroad train bringing in all of Marty Standish's points into Tulsa here.
As they move the heavy stuff in. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
From the second period.
Blazers with the lead 4-2.
They led 3-1. There's Drew Otten picking the post that could have tied the game at that point. And then Paxton Schulte tips in a shot from Dan Hodge. Hodge has been letting the puck go from the blue line. And a great pass work. We talked about it maybe being a give and go. Standish to Dumba. It was really more a give and stop. And then even a big save on Krasovsky to keep the lead at a 2-goal lead. And that's the deficit the Oilers face as we head into the third period. They outshot Oklahoma City 17-6 in that period. The Oilers with a 26-20 edge in shots on goal through 2 periods.
And Tulsa still doing a good job in the face-off department. Boy, that Krasovsky breakaway, if you just saw that highlight, you would have thought he had a penalty shot.
Yeah.
He had just come out of the penalty box, got a long up-ice pass, and Eamon with a nice save and some nice plays. Good game going here through 2 periods. Let's take a break. Steve and I will be back with some more as we get near the end of the second intermission here in Tulsa.
Great living rooms start with a great sofa.
At Mathis Brothers, you could choose from many of today's top name brands at the lowest prices anywhere.
These sofas are in stock and ready for immediate pickup or delivery, meaning you can enjoy your new sofa now.
At Mathis Brothers, you don't have to wait for a sale. We beat everyone else's so-called sale prices every day of the year.
Come see your new sofa at Mathis Brothers, 3434 West Reno.
Gunmetal.
Jet black.
Bermuda.
York's new Affinity heat pump and furnace systems are sleek, quiet, and efficient.
Champagne.
And they come in choice of colors that are as distinctive as you are.
Stone.
Because people like color. The new Beautiful Affinity series from York.
Here in downtown Tulsa, the Blazers lead the Oilers by a score of 4-2 in the Oklahoma Ford Turnpike Series. Butch Cable has joined us downstairs, the Tulsa Oilers coach. Butch, through 2 periods, that one line, Standish, Dumba, and Johnston, has been a tough line to deal with, but you guys have at least stayed within 2.
Yeah, especially that breakaway there. Marco made a big save for us, kept us in the game, and you know, they've eaten us up. Standish's line's played very well tonight. Obviously, 3 goals already.
Butch, Steve McCall here real quickly. Ray Edwards talked about how important it was for that 4th goal for Oklahoma City after you guys got back within 1. He thought it would deflate the Oiler bench. Did it?
Well, we've got 20 minutes, and you know, they've played 3 games in 3 nights, and we've done the same thing. There's no excuses. We've got to go out and have a great 20 minutes and gain some momentum, get pucks to the net, and work hard and score a couple goals here, tie it up, and win it.
So the Oilers are not deflated?
No, not deflated at all.
All right. Good luck to you this 3rd period. Butch
Thanks.
Cable. See, she's calling her friends saying, hey, turn on Cox TV right now.
Well, you're going to see a good day for Marty Standish. Let's take a look at the goals.
Here's the first one after Dumba took the shot, and Standish pokes it home on the rebound. Now, this was after Johnson had made a play in the neutral zone. Dumba made the backhand pass and at the edge of the crease, and here they are again. Standish just did a great job to hold up on that. That's a great presence of mind there. So he's had a very heady game as well as a very effective game.
And that goal, which regained the 2-goal lead for Oklahoma City, was a shorthander, the Blazers' 4th of the year. And if you track shorthanded goals over the course of the year, one team gets one in a game and the other team doesn't. Much of the time, vast majority of the time, the team that scores a shorthander will end up winning. It just seems that way. But the Oilers do have 20 more minutes to try to cut into this. You know, last night it was a 4-2 Tulsa lead after 2 periods. The Blazers got a goal in the 1st minute of the 3rd, but then ran into penalty trouble, a couple of straight minors. The Oilers wound up taking over. Today, the opposite. It's a 4-2 Blazer lead after 2.
And the 7-3 score is a little misleading in that there were 2 empty net goals last night for Tulsa. Yes, they do count, and the final was recorded as 7-3. But they did get a little bit of a boost with the 2 empty net goals. So the Oiler faithful are certainly hopeful that their team can come back here, having a good time. I wonder if that's some of the pizza from Pellicino's, which provided a fine media meal for our great staff here and the folks here behind the scenes for Cox Cable. Pellicino's a great pizza place here in Tulsa. If you're in the Tulsa area, stop by and check it out. There's a Flyer fan. He's happy with the way they're sitting. Yeah, he's happy with the way things are going this year.
I guess they allow horns in the CHL. There's a guy that sits in front of us in Fort Worth, right in front of the broadcast booth, blows a horn all night. So I guess they're legal. I thought they might be illegal.
I don't think they allow the canned air horns. Right. I think that's...
that's good. I'm glad for that.
There's a young lady who's hoping the Oilers can come back and rally here, down by 2, starting the 3rd period. The Oilers have not had much success in that category when trailing after 2 periods. The Oilers are 0-7-1, so they've had just 1 point in 8 opportunities, 1 out of 16 points, if you will, when trailing after 2 periods. And as is the trend in hockey, the Blazers very good at holding a lead. They're 9-1-0 when leading after 2 periods of play. Butch Cable says the Oiler bench is not deflated, however. So a young lady hoping that that's the case.
A lot of people talking on cell phones.
I wonder if he's talking to that other young lady we saw earlier.
I hope not, though. He's sitting next to somebody else.
They're all saying, hey, get Cox Channel 3 turned on here. Watch the the final period here. Will Marty Standish add to his hat trick? Will the Oilers come back and rally on this one? The rather pensive-looking Oiler fan. I'd like to get a shot, if we could, at center ice. He talked earlier about Steve Inlow, the Oilers equipment manager. That is not Steve Inlow, but Steve Inlow, the Oilers equipment manager. He's at center ice talking things over with his counterpart from Oklahoma City.
We can pan right a little bit. We'll see Brandon Rose. There he is with the towel.
Now, he is the epitome of dedication. We want to say hello to Brandon's wife, Heather, who is about to give birth to their child. And she's actually, today is her actual due date, and if she doesn't have the baby today, they will induce labor on Tuesday. Brandon will not make the trip to Colorado with the Blazers, but here he is, his wife about to give birth, and he's here still working hard for the Blazers. So good luck to Brandon and his wife, Heather, on the pending birth of their new child.
No question. He said if we see him sprinting across the ice during the game, it's because he got a call that he's having the baby, and he's getting the heck out of here.
All right. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. We'll have some other exciting things to happen this third period as well.
No question. Penalty box is empty. 4-2 Blazers. Santomo in goal for the Blazers. Plays it around. It turns out to be a very nice pass to Tim Earl. A wrister and a blocker save by Marco Eamon, the well-traveled Tulsa goalie in his first year here in T-Town. Chikotko goes to get it for the Oilers. Ahead to Dahl. Dahl. Durrell bear down on him. Durrell had his body really bruised and beaten up and injured in a hit by Garrett Larson of Colorado right before Thanksgiving, Steve. And Durrell had some sternum problems and some sore ribs and really wasn't able to do a whole lot for a couple of weeks, play his normal physical crashing game, but he's back this weekend, obviously feeling much better.
He certainly has been back. A couple players we haven't seen much of. Brian Yeager, defenseman for Tulsa. We mentioned we hadn't seen much in that second period of Joe Dustin from the Blazers either.
We'll keep an eye on Dustin shifts this period.
Wondering when they go play in Wichita and it's real gusty, you've got Kansas and dust in the wind. Long way to go for that one.
Well, that was, and you didn't warn me that that was coming.
That wasn't worth the trip either.
From left field right there.
Ray Edwards, thankful he didn't have to hear that, I'm sure. Face-off back in the Oilers zone after the icing. Should I stick to hockey?
No, it's okay. I like musical references. Ray Edwards, by the way, a very tough guy in his career, had a 20-goal, 330 penalty minutes year one year.
And we need to ask him next time, which one was he more proud of, the 20 goals or the 330 pims?
He said he had a black eye that whole season.
Yeah, got I guess some more water that they're going to squeegee away here from the Oiler goal crease.
The crease is a bit damp, as you can see. You know, the old days, the old goalie pads that didn't shed water like the current ones did. If you go down early in a period in the old days with those old leather pads, they'd get heavy.
They would indeed. So, linesman Scott Ferguson with the squeegee taking care of business. Wow, that is a lot of water to move around. No wonder Marco Eamon was complaining and a little concerned about that. So they'll move the water around. That'll help freeze it a little bit more quickly.
41 seconds into the third period. Blazers up 4-2. Marty Standish with 3 goals and an assist. Jared Dumba has assisted on all 3 of Standish's goals.
It's almost a trivia question. Can you name who has the other goal for the Blazers?
Zach, it's a member of their line.
It's not Jared Dumba.
Standish takes the draw, gives it over to Ryan Johnston. That's the Blazers' other goal scorer this afternoon. 2-on-1 against Dahl in the corner. Dahl feeds it over. Chesky is going after it. Flaminio pinches in to keep it alive.
That wasn't our Bellasino's trivia question, was it?
No. You're finding ways to give them a lot of pop. They're going to be happy with you. Chesky feeds it ahead to Hod. Almost dumped it in off Fleck's face. Dahl feeds it across the way. Chesky in deep. You know, Fleck sacrifices the body to block shots. He's normally not having to duck passes or dump in. And Marty will clear it up ice. That'll go on net.
trying for the Blazers to keep the clock running. They're happy to get out of here in this third period, I'm sure. Head back to Oklahoma City. Get ready for a game in Colorado.
When you're the road team, you'll often hear coaches say, you don't have to put on a show, especially if you have a 2-goal lead in the third. You just dump it up ice, roll your lines out there, and let the home team make the pretty plays. Blazers will have an early practice on Tuesday, 7 a.m. Blazers Ice Center, and then make the long trip to Colorado. Here's Beausoleil in deep. Beausoleil out of Krasovsky, rather. He tried to take it front. Lukacic, a quick shot to save by Eamon. They have shifted Lukacic onto this line now with Beausoleil and Krasovsky. Cable gets the pass, comes up the middle. Fires it, scores!
That one seemed to catch Santomo off guard. Just a half stride across the blue line. Clage Cable unloads one. Gets the goal from Todd Paul and cuts the lead to 4-3. So don't go anywhere yet.
Long-range shot.
Paul makes a pass to Cable at center ice, hits the blue line, loads the cannon, and boom goes the dynamite.
Oh. Let's see it from this angle. See if we can see if how much Dustin might have screened it. I don't think it hit Dustin. I just think...
And he should have had plenty of time to pick that puck up. Cable gets the goal from Todd Paul.
And it's now 4-3 Blazers. Good shot by Cable. Good rising drive. Santomo either was a tad late to pick it up with Dustin right in the vicinity, or just kind of missed it with his glove. Normally a goaltender of Santomo's considerable skills, if he has that much room, even with Dustin out there, if he has that much room to see the shot, is normally going to stop those, but we're not standing down there having that thing coming at us. You know, you never know what the puck might be doing as far as rising or fluttering or whatever. That was a bullet.
I don't think as much Cal Santomo would like to have that one back.
Seabold throws a hit on Dustin in the far corner. Thomas battling Corey Deal. Point Paul a shot blocked. A goal at 2:13. Cable is fifth from Paul. Here's Shadorek a shot. A blocker saved by Eamon. Lukacic a shot. It goes off Jolly and up in the air, and they clear it out to center. Lukacic has a very quick release. We've seen that twice in this period. Here's Krasovsky. Tipped pass or shot. Chesky will get the rebound. Head to Jim Dahl. Durrell over to meet him. Shadorek steals it. Now a nice 2-on-1 chance. Durrell with Earl. Paul back. Saved by Eamon. Paul able to clear the rebound up to Dahl. Oh, he had Chesky breaking. Couldn't get it to him. Jolly lined up by Durrell. And freed it for Earl, who shoots it in wide of the net.
Eamon just made a pearl of a save on those two.
Paul sends it into the corner. Earl slides it wide of the net. Blazers have 4 of the 5 shots in this period between the two teams combined.
But it was the big shot that Cable that went on the board.
Jolly looked like he gave it away to Earl, but the pass in front to Johnston couldn't connect. And now Jolly with a clear out to center to Chesky. Tried to get it to Kuster, couldn't. Now they go offside. Flip it in at the net. Normally that'll be blown down on an offside, but it isn't. I guess it's got to be a shot directly right at the net to immediately blow the offside down. Blazers dump it. Eamon plays it around the boards. Jumping out to center is Clage Cable. With Schulte and Hodge on the rush. Schulte has it in the skates. 4-3 Blazers. Here comes Standish to Johnston off his skates. On net, frozen by Eamon. Chicago and Johnston look at each other. You know, sometimes the back end of a home-and-home series might get a little hostile, but the only penalties today have been minors. None of them have even been coincidental.
Here's the play with Graham Durrell and Tim Earl breaking in. Durrell faked the pass, then let the wrist shot go. Eamon got the glove up on it.
It's a nice save. He didn't hang on to it entirely, but the Blazers were unable to make him pay. Standish out of the faceoff, and here's Johnston against Michael Young. Faceoff won by the Oilers. Young bangs it up the wall and out to center. Thomas paired with Dustin. So Dustin has been playing his regular shift here this period with Khalil Thomas. Dan Hodge feeds it through center. Missed everybody. They rule it was a pass, so no icing. Errant passes can be waved off this year by the linesman.
That's an interesting interpretation of that, and that's helped keep the game moving along.
It has. Ball over to Jolly. Mario feeds it down the boards. It's off the stick of Seabold and played ahead by Standish. Jolly knocked it down at center, and the Blazers able to dump it in. Blazers up by a goal, 14-10 left. Ball hustles out to center with it. Left-handed shooting defenseman. Plays it in wide of the net. Santomo plays the bouncing puck back to the corner. Chesky intercepts. Pass out high, gets by everybody. And the race on, but Paul will get there ahead of Kennelly. Nice pass to Chesky in the center circle, but he couldn't quite handle it. Chance for the Oilers. Kruster to Chesky. To Kruster. Couldn't advance it, and Beausoleil ices the puck.
Oilers with a chance. Every icing gives them a chance with a face-off in the Oklahoma City zone. They've continued to do well on the draw. And they're just one shot away from tying this thing up.
Tyler Fleck limping off the ice and getting assistance from Wade Sunby at the Blazers bench. Perhaps something quad or thigh related, maybe. Didn't really see what happened to him, but he's favoring a leg going off. Goulet passes it off the boards, not out. Kopko had a pass, hit Beausoleil and go out to center. Hodge dumps it in a penalty-free third period. Germain to Beausoleil to Prasovsky on the move through center. 8-game point streak on the line. Knocked off his stick. Kennelly with it to Beausoleil in front. Score! Michael Beausoleil on the backhander. And the Blazers take another 2-goal lead at 5-3.
Nifty move by Beausoleil to Dipsy Doodle and put it in on his backhander, and he gets the goal assisted by Kennelly and Prasovsky, who keeps the point streak alive. Beausoleil a backhander just over the pad, it appears, inside the right post. Took the pass on his backhand. And it glanced off the pad and then in between the legs of Eamon for Beausoleil's 7th of the year.
Chance for the Oilers down the wing. Deal with a pretty good chance, and he got dumped, and we got a penalty coming up. The Oilers came right to the Blazer net off the draw, and a tripping call is going to be coming up to the Blazers rookie defenseman Sean Germain. Germain for a trip at 7:07, excuse me.
Gives Tulsa a chance to get back into the game again. They can't get over that hump. They can't get the equalizer.
Power play number 6 of the day for the Oilers. They are 0 for 5, and they've allowed a short-hander.
And they've given up a power play goal.
That's right. So in the special teams race, that part of it has gone to the Blazers so far.
A lot of time left in this one, though. 12:53. And the Oilers struck on a long shot from Plage Cable, so a lot of time to come back in this one still.
Oklahoma City rifles it up and hit Brian Johnston. Now they clear it. The Blazers have led 2-0, 3-1, 4-2, and 5-3 in this game. A plethora of 2-goal leads. Tulsa has not led today. Ball backhands it in deep. Santomo out of his net to play it. Puts it high up ice. Eamon will get it. The Tulsa power play came in at 12.1% overall, ranked 13th out of 15 teams in the league. Santomo ventures out of the net. Able to get back in before any trouble started, and Thomas shoots it up ice. Well, whoever it is going to have to go about a week without a power play goal to catch Fort Worth in the power play utility department. The Brahmas have really struggled on the power play. We'll look at that here as here come the Blazers. Prasovsky down the wing. Pass into the skates of Dumba. Fort Worth this year with an 8.7% power play efficiency overall. Brusovsky intercepts the pass, and while falling down, clears it to Dumba. Goes down ahead of the Hodge check. Picked up at center by Drew Ott. Mr. tipped up over the net. Johnston hits Cable, and Johnson, wow, what a game Ryan Johnston's had. Overshadowed with the Standish hat trick and the Dumba 3 assists. I think Ryan Johnston's played a very solid game.
He's done a lot of things that don't show up on the score sheet. The big hit on Paxton Schultz.
You know, little good clearing passes, plays like that, whether they're on the penalty kill or not, are also important moments in the game. Here comes Cable. Over to Shakotko on the near side. Penalty about to expire, and it has. Jermaine back available for duty. Cable in front, loose puck, poked away, penalty coming up. Standish has lost his helmet, as has Jolly in front, and we got a hooking call upcoming here.
Marty looking around saying, who, me? Mario Jolly puts his brain bucket back on as he makes his way back over to the Oiler bench. Grabs a towel from trainer Stuart Nichols as Standish now makes his way to the penalty box for hooking. Time of the penalty is 9:18, and Tulsa again on the power play has a chance to draw within a goal.
So that penalty expired at the 9:07 mark, so 11 seconds of even strength play, and penalty in front of the net on Standish in a 5-3 Oklahoma City lead. Another penalty kill opportunity for the Blazers. Brusovsky loses the draw to Dahl. A shot by Paul and a save made, and a pile up in front after the stoppage of play.
And Dahl and Chesky collided there. That's the second biggest hit next to the one that we saw Siebold lay on Deal earlier. The Oilers running into each other a couple of times, playing aggressive hockey. You see the power plays on the game. The Blazers 1 for 5, the Oilers 0 for 7.
On that 7th chance right now. Face off to the right of Santomo. Thomas on the draw against Dahl, and Khalil winds up getting the puck. One good thing about having Khalil on D, he can take the odd draw. Wow, Brusovsky rifles one up over the net. I noticed the Blazers shot high on Emond a lot last night also. Here comes Kuster. Backhands it in. Lay to Johnston, nice clear. Mario Jolly with it at center. Just candles in. The glove down by Santomo, but not caught. And Fleck able to clear it off the far glass and up ice. Well, Tyler back out there for a shift after coming off with what looks like some leg soreness after his previous shift. Santomo races out of his net to tip it to the corner. Dumba clears it. You know, if that trapezoidal area were not in effect this year, both Connors and Santomo would be going to the corners a lot. They love to get out there and help their D. Dumped in by Otten. Dustin rifles it around the boards out to center. Shakotko to Hodge. Now a nice pass on the stick of Cable. Shot into Thomas. Well, the Shakotko trade with Lubbock, I don't know what Rolsma's done with Lubbock, but that looks like a good trade for the Oilers. Here comes Earl. Shooting and a nice left pad save. Short-handed for the Blazers that time. Here's Shakotko again. Had a heck of a game last night. Cable interrupted by Dustin. Keeps the puck out to the point. Shakotko a high drive. Still in play. Hodge bangs it around the board. Schulte tries to center it. Couldn't do it. And it'll be a clear for Jared Dumba, who's had a solid defensive game in addition to having his 3 assists tonight. Penalty over to Standish. Coming down on 8.5 left in this one. 5-3 Blazers. Ball clears it to center. Here comes Young. Bad save by Santomo. He's either heading toward the near post, the short side, or possibly wide of the net, but a nice stop by Santomo just in case. Here's Beausoleil. Not blocked by Deal. Goulet feeds Brusovsky. Beausoleil tried to feed Lukacek, got past him. Siebold puts one on Young's stick. Save by Santomo. Brusovsky and Jolly lock up in the near wing. Jolly came away with it temporarily. Deal trying to knock it loose. Fleck and Krasovsky there in maroon. Young side of the net. Short pass sent by Deal out high. Siebold covering up for Jolly at the point. Big battle on in the Blazers zone. Krasovsky will send it to the point. Jolly's shot blocked. He gets it back. The shot hits Siebold. Goulet won't clear it. Jolly sends it toward the net, knocked down by Fleck. What a shift for the Oilers. Beausoleil goes to get it. Blazers could use a whistle here. And they ice it. Jolly just kind of lets it go and gets the icing call. Yep. Here's the middle of the period break. 5-3, the Blazers in front. 7:05 left. Should be an interesting 7:05. We'll have it for you right after this.
I've been in a bad car accident. My neck hurts. My back hurts. What should I do? Who should I call?
I prescribe you call it Daniel and Conway.
If you want to get healed up, Daniel and Conway will help you with your property damages, your medical care, lost wages, and any other expenses that you've suffered because of that accident.
If you want to fully recover and get well from the effects of an insurance company, you call Daniel and Conway.
Call Daniel and Conway now at 752-7979.
Introducing the biggest thing to happen in sports. Sports Monday, only in the Monday Oklahoman. Only Sports Monday gives you statewide and coast-to-coast coverage of the weekend's games, plus event ratings for the week ahead. Only Sports Monday puts you in the press box, on the sidelines, and in the locker room, with exclusive features only insiders know. Get your sports complete and compact to grab and go. Get Sports Monday every Monday, only in the Oklahoman. Now you're ready.
With convenient locations and all the specialties you're looking for, you can't help but smile at Gentle Dental. Call 1-800-GENTLE-1 and ask about our new patient special.
And if you should survive to 105, look at all you'll derive out of being alive. And here is the best part, you have a head start. If you are among the very young at heart, if you are among the very young at heart.
The comfort you want and the specialties you're looking for. It's all here at Gentle Dental. Call 1-800-GENTLE-1 and ask about our new patient special.
Back for live action here at the Tulsa Convention Center. The Blazers up by a couple of goals. Penalty box is empty. Here's the face-off to the right of Sebastian Santomo. Dahl wins the draw from Standish. Hodge over on the far side. Kuster a shot. Wide to the net or knocked down. Kuster gets it in the near corner. Ridden out by Flaminio. Tulsa's won 2 straight. They're under 500 at home this year and got a penalty coming up. Boy, this is a soft cross check, my opinion. But Stearns, let's put it this way, he's been consistent.
Tell that to the guy who got hit. I don't know if anybody ever feels.
It's like the mild concussion. It's only mild if it happens to somebody else. I will say, though, Stearns has been very consistent, and it hasn't taken a bludgeoning to get called today.
5 straight penalties called against the Blazers now, and the Oilers have not been able to capitalize. That's a key part of this game. And now you know he probably won't be out there, but if Corey Deal gets any time on this power play, he'd love to score with his boyhood buddy Flaminio in the box.
Have some bragging rights for a while. Cable, Otten, and Schulte out there for the Oilers. Fleck roughs up Cable on the end board. Goes to the point to Paul, not a Jolly. A touch pass intercepted by Goulet, cleared out the center. Here comes Standish with a hat trick today. Standish fires one well up over the net and out of play.
I think that came off a stick. I'm going to say it did, and then move the face-off outside the blue line. Butch Cable a little concerned now with just 6:21 left and his team needing to make up a 2-goal deficit. Ray Edwards saying, hey, you know, we're not out of the woods yet with this one.
3rd game in 3 days for both teams. The Oilers winning last night and the night before against Wichita. The Blazers winning on Friday against Fort Worth, losing to Tulsa last night. So Edwards trying to take 4 points out of 6 in his interim stint, replacing Doug Sauter for this weekend. Jolly rifles it in up over the net.
Yeah, Santoma looked like
slowly to
I
that.
thought so too.
Kind of like he reacted a tad slowly. It appeared on the long-range goal by Cable in this period. Cable comes out, corner with it, gets it back from Drew Opp. Big Paxton Schulte in front. Pass went through Schulte's skates. Jolly comes down in deep. Schulte in front. Picked up by Jolly. Pass tipped by Prasovsky out to center. Minute left on the penalty to Marty Standish. I mean, to Flaminio, rather. Cross-check at 13-17.
You've been saying Standish so much tonight, it's a force of habit.
Exactly. It's like Marty's the only guy out there in maroon. Now it's picked up by Khalil, and he fires it up ice. Third of our 6 telecasts in the Oklahoma Ford Turnpike Series this year. The next telecast will be on January 14th. There'll be a couple of Oak City Blazer games, Blazer-Tulsa games in between Christmas, and then a game at the Cox Convention Center on January 10th. It will not be televised. Blazers shorthanded for another 17 seconds. Dahl sends Hodge into the zone. Pass into the corner to Yaroslav Chesky. Out high to Hodge. Chesky to Hodge. Tees up a wrist shot. Lifts it over the net. Penalty is over to Flaminio. The Oilers 0 for 8 on the power play tonight. Chesky's pass intercepted. Here comes Flaminio, the rookie defenseman. Down the wing shooting, and a glove save by Eamon. Nice chance for Flaminio on his off wing, if you will. Forehand was toward the front of the, toward the middle of the ice.
Gives you a better shooting angle.
Germain with a nice bank pass to Earl, who sends it up ice. One thing that penalty kill did, since it was successful, it just drains 2 more minutes off the clock. Corey Deal will send it out to center, down to 4:05 left in a 5-3 Blazer lead. Blazers trying to take a 2-1 Oklahoma Ford Turnpike Series lead. Oh, hard hit on the far side right there as Graham Durrell went after Corey Deal, and Deal drops his gloves and Durrell backs away, and now Durrell drops his gloves. Deal gets a right hand in, so we got Deal and Durrell. Durrell likes to stand there and just swing away, and he's going left-handed pretty good. Now both helmets are off. And Durrell was going to wait and see if Deal might get the only penalty. Boy, I think they exchanged good ones there. I think both guys have eaten a couple in this one, Steve.
Yeah.
That's quite a tussle right there.
That was indeed. They both got their good shots in, no question about it. You see Corey Deal head to the Oiler penalty box. They're going to escort Graham Durrell to the Blazer locker room. It'll be interesting to see. I'm sure they just put Deal in there temporarily, and he'll make his way over to the Tulsa locker room. They each get 5 minutes for fighting. Jim, you'd mentioned this is the 3rd game in this 11-game series. These teams did not play each other until the night after Thanksgiving. I was visiting with Brad Lund, the chief executive officer of the Blazers and Express Sports, and he says he thinks it's good that this series didn't have 3 or 4 games before Thanksgiving. He likes the fact that there's a lot of games later in the season in this series between these Turnpike rivals when the fans really get into it and the games really seem to have more importance, and that's going to make this year's version of the Turnpike Series even more exciting, I think, down the road.
No question, and then like last year when the Blazers were, after a very poor start, still in playoff contention the next to last night of the season. It was in this building when the Oilers won and eliminated the Blazers from the playoff race. And if you have those backloaded games, this figures to be a really good race for the playoff spots out of the Northern Conference. And so games late in the year are the ones everybody remembers.
It was an exciting night in here last year for Tulsa. They won that game and clinched their first playoff berth in 4 seasons.
Puck went out of play off the draw. The shots in this period, 10-6 Oklahoma City. Blazers up by 2. No loss of manpower on the ice after that scrap between Deal and Durrell. Now a nice up ice pass. Schulte to Otten. He shoots, and he missed the glove side. Schulte lined up Beausoleil on the near wing. Kind of missed him, and then Fleck hit his man, and now Jolly in to talk to Fleck. Fleck's going to get a penalty for a hit on the near side on an Oiler, Drew Otten. Jolly went in to say something to Fleck, and the Blazers are going to have to kill off yet another penalty. Now Jolly and Fleck again look at each other. Well, I'd like to see that again. The hard hit by Fleck on the boards. Otten a little slow to get up.
He's still kind of ginger as he makes his way over to the bench. Mr. Byers asking, you shall receive.
Here comes Otten, number 9 in cream. There goes Fleck. Boom. A good stiff hit. I guess boarding is not outrageous.
Caught his face against the board. You said here he comes in cream, and Fleck really creamed him up against the boards.
A minor for boarding. I don't know. I mean, Stearns has had a, we got a timeout called here by Tulsa. Stearns has had a strict standard in this game. I've seen that penalty not called before. But, I mean, today it hasn't taken a lot to get penalized, and it's been consistent, so.
Yeah.
Take a quick break here with the Blazers up by a score of 5-3. The Oklahoma Ford Turnpike Series is brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, still the best in Oklahoma. York, let's get comfortable. Taco Bell, think outside the bun. And OU Medical Center, advancing medicine for life. Marty Standish with 3 goals today. Ryan Johnston and Michael Beausoleil with the others.
You know, on the other side of the coin for Tulsa, Clayton Cable has a goal and 2 assists. He's figured in all 3 Tulsa goals.
That's right. Everybody a tad overshadowed by the second hat trick of the year for Standish against the Oilers.
So Clayton Cable, a strong effort for Tulsa with a goal and 2 assists. He had an assist on the game-winning goal last night, so he's had a big weekend here for the Oilers. The Oiler net is empty. Coach Butch Cable has 6 attackers out there on this power play, trailing by 2. Does that look familiar?
Last night with 2.5 minutes left, Ray Edwards pulled the Blazer goalie down by 2. Today, the goalie out with 3:28 left. 6 skaters to 4 for the Oilers, but the Oilers net vacated. The Oilers have to backtrack at center.
As a man short, the Blazers don't have to worry about an icing call if they take a long shot toward the empty net.
Ball with it out high. Traffic in front. Jolly a shot. Hit the post. Scramble still on, and Dahl put it right between Santomo's legs while on the ice.
And now Tulsa fans are saying we're 2 inches away from having this game tied. Drew Otten in the second period off the post, and now Mario Jolly bangs one off the post. And there's Santomo laughing. He says, oh, I know I got help from my best friend there. And those two shots, the Oilers could have it tied. Jolly just let it go. I don't think it caught Fleck. It looked like it went straight through and right off the pipe. And then Santomo reaches back, and it almost bounced over the line.
Dahl had his hands up thinking that might have gone in at first. And then Dahl had a really good chance and put it right between Santomo's legs. Booster out at the perimeter. To Paul, a high drive. Santomo goes down. Booster comes to the near side to pick it up. Out high to Jolly. High shot the save made. You heard Stearns say, watch your sticks.
That shot may have caught Santomo up in the mask also.
Got the net off.
And the way that
it had that kind of flat
like plastic, yeah, like it hit the plastic molding of Santomo's mask, but he shakes it off. The Oilers down 5-3. Last night when Darren Chikatko scored an empty net goal from deep in his own end, Dan Hodge said everybody on the Oiler bench was just sort of looking at it almost like a golf shot or a bowling shot where you were leaning with body English, hoping it would get in. We may see that come up here from the Blazers. Still 2.5 minutes left in in regulation time as you take a look at the vacated Oiler net. They trail 5-3. They've had some chances on this power play.
The Blazers are going to call a timeout. So each team has used its one allowed timeout.
So if we go to overtime, we don't have to worry about that.
Don't have to worry about that. 2:30 left. 5-3 Blazers. See Ray Edwards working on some tidbits, as is his former playing assistant coach, Butch Cable. You know, these guys played together, they coached together, and
they talk to each other every day on the phone.
It figures that they both pulled their goalies early.
I had a chance to laugh with Butch Cable about it. I said, you know, Ray Edwards, you talk to him all the time about what's going on with your team. I said, he's probably the only guy in the world who knows more about the Oilers than you do.
He certainly knows a lot about them.
So they do have a lot of respect for each other, and I don't know how much you folks have had a chance to meet Ray Edwards over the weekend, but certainly a class act, and it'll be nice for the CHL to have a guy like that back involved again next season.
No question. Dahl wins the draw cleanly. Paul at the point paired with Jolly. Jolly has it, shoots, knocked down. Schulte a shot, batted out of the air and in by the Oilers.
And
Chesky.
Tom Stearns is adamant that the goal will count. The Blazers saying it was hit with a high stick. I don't think there was any doubt that the stick was below the crossbar. And Chesky gets the power play goal from Schulte and Paul. And the Oilers are back within a goal. We'll take a look at this to see if the height of the stick is above the crossbar. That's the standard. If it's below the crossbar, when he makes contact with the puck, we got the super slow-mo going. I don't think there's any doubt it's below the crossbar, and that's a good goal. Chesky gets the goal. We'll take another look at it here. Off the rebound, Chesky.
You know, he waited. That really helped to make sure that it got below crossbar height. He had a whack at it when it was higher, but he let it come down a bit. A 5-4 Oklahoma City lead. The net is back occupied now. Penalty coming up here. In the corner, I think they're going to get Drew Otten. Otten threw a stiff check in the corner. It's going to be an elbow against the Oilers. And what a crusher that might be for Tulsa. You just mentioned, Steve, that the Blazers had taken 2, 4, 6 straight penalties that weren't matched with a Tulsa penalty. Right there, a hard check in the corner by Otten at 17:57, and Tom Stearns had the elbow up. So an elbowing call. Wow.
That last goal by Chesky, his 8th of the season. And as far as the power play goal, you can tell Butch Cable upset about that call against Drew Otten that puts the Oilers down with exactly 2 minutes to go.
So the Oilers 1 for 9 on the power play, but now the Blazers on the power play for the 6th time. Cleared up ice, just under 2 minutes left. Minnesota Fleck. Now it rolls all the way back towards Santomo's net.
The Oilers have 2 shorthanded goals this season. Butch Cable has one of them, and he's out there right now.
Fleck clears it out to center. Paul gave it back to Fleck, who sends it to Lukacic, who comes into the zone. Shooting, and a save by Eamon. He didn't see where it was. Then Jolly threw the puck forward, and he's going to get a penalty. Jolly is going to get a penalty for closing his hand on the puck. And it comes in deep. How about that?
And Mario Jolly is in disbelief of the call.
That won't be a popular call up here.
It's not a common call. Jolly saying he just batted the puck. Tom Stearns claiming that he closed his hand on it and then threw the puck forward. It's a very subtle difference, but a very important one right here for the Oilers.
Earlier they let, I think it was Dan Hodge, get away with that broken field run, as we said. That was a little bit less egregious than this one. Here's Jolly right in front of the net.
Eamon is looking around for the puck. And Jolly did seem to close the hand on it there. And he's whistled for a delay of game.
He cupped it just a little bit. Here's Standish in front. Thomas. 2-man advantage for the Blazers. Johnson goes to get it in the corner. Sends it to the end boards. Tipped by Hodge around. Thomas kept it in. Dump off the boards to Thomas. Final minute of the period. Blazers up by 1.
Tough to come back when you're down 2 men.
Dustin to Thomas. Driving one. Score! Hit Johnston in front. And the Blazers take a 6-4 lead. I think Johnston should get credit for the goal.
It did appear to be tipped in by Johnson off the shot by Khalil Thomas. And a lot of times with a team winning and scoring with just 47 seconds left, you might think it's an academic goal, but I don't think that's the case here.
Take a look.
You see Dustin make the cross-ice feed to Thomas. He waits, now lets the shot go, and no doubt that that was deflected right through the legs. Johnston gets the goal from Thomas and Dustin at 19-13. That will most likely do it. It's a power play goal for the Blazers. They remain on the man advantage.
Now a one-man advantage with 38 seconds left.
Johnson's second of the game, his 7th of the season.
Earl comes off the corner boards with it. In front, a sliding save by Eamon on a chance by Chodorek. So the Blazers look like they will improve to 11-10-0 on the year. The third time they've been over 500 this year. The Oilers back to square at 9-9-2 in 13 seconds. Here's a breakaway pass to Young, almost in deep, and Santomo with a stick save sliding over. Chodorek with a chance to clear it, and net is empty for the Oilers. Here's Germain. He shoots and scores with 0.4 of a second left. So the Blazers will win it 7-4.
Now that one I would say is academic.
That is academic. However, it is Sean Germain's first pro goal.
So it's not academic to him. An important goal for Sean Germain.
Now only Justin Chodorek has not scored a goal among Blazers. Germain from Chodorek in 1959, and the Blazers will win 7-4. They drop the puck and the game is over. Oklahoma City back into third place by 2 points over Tulsa in the division.
And a disappointed Butch Cable, who sees the Oilers fall to 2-5-1 on home ice.
That's the end of tonight's game.
So that continues to be a big puzzle for the Oilers. Now 2-5-1 at home. They're 7-4-1 on the road. That last goal, Germain from Chodorek at 1959.6.
That was a late goal. Here in the building, Standish named the #1 star, Clage Cable the #2 star, and Jared Dumba with a 3-assist day, the #3 star in the game. So we'll hang in here for a moment, see if we can catch Ray Edwards, who, if Doug Sauter does make it back for the trip to Colorado, will be 2-1 as the Blazers interim coach. Let's go downstairs to Coach Edwards. Congratulations, Ray. Big effort tonight, not just the Standish line, but I really think a solid overall performance, especially having to kill off a lot of penalties.
Man, they made it interesting in the third, didn't they? I think we killed 4 or 5 off in the third, but you know what? The guys worked hard, extremely hard. I thought Sebi was very good back there when we needed him to be, and timely goal there at the end to take the pressure off a bit.
Yeah, no question about it. Ryan Johnston winds up with a 2-goal game, so he wound up with a couple of points himself, but I thought he did, and we mentioned on here, a lot of things that didn't show up in the score sheet, but a lot of little things well today.
Well, he did an excellent job killing penalties for us. I mean, he's great in the wall. He blocks shots. He's a solid guy. I haven't had the chance to see Ryan play, but he's been a lot of fun to coach.
Ray, just briefly recap your weekend and what it was like, you coming into an unusual situation, and what it was like for you, your weekend as a Blazer.
Wow, it was a lot of fun. It was a different experience for me, not knowing the guys and knowing sort of how they do things here. But I think you got to give credit to the boys. They knew Doug had to leave, and they stepped it up, and it was a lot of fun. It was a neat experience for me.
All right, well, Ray, we want to thank you for taking the time out here today. Congratulations on the 2 wins.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it. We'll take a break. Steve and I will be back to wrap it up. The Blazers win by a final of 7-4. Back after this.